Should probably tweet it.
Yellow.
Hello.
Yellow. I'll mute Venga Boys, though I've been listening to in the
background. Just doing a wee little tweet.
Hey.
Hey. Doing a wee little tweet.
Also, tweet. Same.
I already tweeted.
Doctor's like, yep, for sure, yeah, definitely doing that right this second.
No point, because literally everybody who follows me definitely follows at least two of you, so it's all the same people.
Right, that's out of the way. Hello, everybody. We missed last week, unfortunately, because we had a whole just a shitstorm of unwell people and other sorts of things in the way. So we've missed 2 weeks. Well, missed a week, but we are here now. As you can see from my camera, I'm in a different location, but we're the same Twitch channel for all the shenanigans.
Yeah.
Nothing else has changed.
That's the subtitle. Every week.
But I hope you're all having a lovely wind up to the holidays. Keep it religious neutral, I suppose. I mean, I'm not educated enough to know about the other holidays that happen around this year. Apart from my dad will not shut the fuck up about Saturnalia, so there's that. Anyway, last session we started off with you guys having Oro waltz away from you. Oro said,
"See you later, fuckos."
See you later, fuckos. She stood up and she waltzed away. You guys, not knowing Oro super well, you guys have only kind of known each other for a couple of days. Obviously, very confusedly, just kind of watched her and thought, it's probably for the best that I also tag along. And off you went. You made sure that you followed her as she wandered off into the night. From Oro's perspective, you just had this uncontrollable urge to just go check out, embrace life and adventure and the exciting opportunities that the wilderness had at like 11 p.m. So you waltzed off into the woods, had a couple detours, and found yourself in a nice little clearing. Thought, man, the stars are beautiful tonight, and laid down. Your friends, having followed you, stayed in the tree line, watching for any nefarious folk that showed up, and, unsurprisingly, somebody in a nondescript silhouette walked up to you.
Silhouette, hey.
And had a little bit of a look over to see if they could nab anything as they were about to poach something. Where unfortunately didn't have a high enough stealth roll, and they were alerted. They darted out of there, and they made their escape. Fortunately for you, that meant you didn't lose anything. Unfortunately, that meant that the person that you were tracking had gotten away, because you'd collected the quest to track down whoever was making people turn up in the woods with none of their goodies.
Hey, Mads.
Hi, Mads. Apart from that, you also had the problem of Randal having the rotting slough. Big old slash on his leg was getting real gruesome, and he needed to have a potion that would heal him. In order to get that potion, you had to go and do a quest for Honu the herbalist.
It's not a quest.
Not a quest. It's not a quest. You had to go and get the ingredient for Honu. It is called the Killer's Instinct. It's a rose that looks as if it is dripping blood. So, into the woods you did. Into the woods you went to look for this ingredient. He had to place or plant these flowers in different places because it's very finicky about where it grows and where it blossoms. And he was concerned that if he put all of his eggs in one basket, as it were, then he might be unlucky and none of them would blossom. So separated them he did, which meant that each of you had to go into different locations when you were expecting for the blossom to bloom at midnight for 1 or 2 minutes before it wilted away. So each of you in your respective areas hunched over, waiting, poised. And we had Randal, who was chawed with poising himself over 2 simultaneously, over like 60 feet.
Easy.
But everyone had a completely uneventful evening, and it was all fine.
Yay.
Mhm.
Oro's uneventful evening involved hearing a smashing caca. And as she investigated, she found that there was an injured giant bat who had been chased out of the sky by a nighthawk, and she decided to side with the bat, make the hawk fuck off, and to tend to the bat's wounds. We also had Nurali looking over a small patch that was approached by an elderly lady who had no interest in her shenanigans, and she just wanted the flower. Please and thank you. Get out of my way. Nurali said, well, no. This doesn't belong to you.
It's not yours.
It's not yours, no. And in front of her, this elderly lady planted, quite literally, her staff in the ground, which turned into a small tree, which she stepped through with some kind of magic. Randal, preparing to pluck his flower, gets to experience the wonder of this elderly lady appearing through some kind of tree gate, who says, "Give me that." And he says, "No." That's essentially it boils down to. He plucks the flower just as it blossoms, and he makes for the tree line. Old lady seems to have some other magics up her sleeve, because she whizzes a whip coated in thorns towards his leg and pulls him out of the ground. Backflipping, he manages to land dexterously and use the momentum to get himself out of danger. Arriving at the second patch that he was responsible for, he found, holding the other flower, a very elegant, beautiful, fey elven lady who seems very intrigued by him, but he managed to not succumb to her natural charm, her passive charm, not active charm, and he made off. At the end of the session, we regrouped. Each of you found your way back. You met up with Honu, and we decided pretty much that you guys were going to have a bit of a walk back to the house. You're going to pretty much have to wait for Honu to brew his potion. And after that, everything would be tickety-boo.
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 So we ended the last session with a very important question. What is Oro going to call the bat?
Are you ready?
Name that bat.
Oh, have you got one?
Well, it'll be up on the stream. I can't specifically show you guys in any detailed way.
Shit, you're going to have to tell me. Fuck.
It's just that you Snapchat. Do you want me to send you Snapchat?
yeah, do that. I can't have the stream open as well. My laptop can't handle that much.
Oh my god.
Wanna see?
Cute.
There you go. It's been sent.
Oh my god! That is perfect. That is perfect. I mean, we bounced a couple of ideas of. I mean, you showed me some of the ideas that you were thinking of, maybe. And Nugget it's just
nugget.
It's just too good.
It's too good. It's too good. Little nugget.
Nugget, I love it. Absolutely love it. Nugget. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so the bat is named Nugget. So we start today's session with you guys basically having woken up in the morning after a night's rest. So what I want you to do is, just in case there is anything, is last night what's happened is you've come back from your flower picking, sent Honu off with the killer's instinct buds, or blossoms, and then returned to the Kinshire Manor. And you've had a night's rest. But if there's anything you want to have done overnight, please let me know, and we can chat about that. Is there anything you would have done at night time over the last couple hours when you arrived, or maybe even the morning?
I guess it depends on when everyone woke up. I'd probably collapse and fall asleep pretty quickly and wake up pretty quickly too. But I don't know how long it might take Randall to wake up.
Forever.
He's dead now.
Randall's been having a hard time. Oro, with your new bat companion in tow, still requiring some aid, it is unlikely that you slept in the same room as these guys.
Now you've got your new friend. Why would you?
What would you?
Good. It's your boy Butt McFace Poop. Hey Tot, how you doing?
Oh, wagwan. Butt
Nice
McFace
new
Pop.
name.
A poop. Sorry, I apologize. So where do you think you would have? What would you have done, having arrived along the premises, nugget in hand?
In hand, yeah, giant bat, but in hand.
Yeah, kind of like, come along, nugget.
Well, I guess it's still, because it's still not feeling good, would just try to be like, try and tend to that as well as I could. Probably ask everyone for advice on what could happen.
Sure. Well, last session you rolled very well when it came to your animal handling, and kind of estimating how you think you would look after an injured animal, especially in the long term as well as the short term. And I think you decided, for the most part, or would have decided that at least one night of you kind of sitting at Nugget's side, just tending to side of Nuggets, of just kind of tending to Nugget, looking after. Not that it matters either way. Could be in the middle. Is Nugget a boy or a girl bat?
I hadn't decided.
That's okay. We can leave it as it is. That's absolutely no problem. So when we say that you guys have arrived, we're going to say that maybe Randal and Nurali have gone to their usual bunks, the ones that they've claimed for themselves, whether or not they're decorating it with, tools and things that they've left behind as they've decided they don't need it with them that day or whatever.
Poop waders that we'll leave.
Poop waders, yeah. You have your individual poop waders next to your bed. Nurali was here, carved into the side of the bed frame. We've got Oro, who's going to probably have to take the night. There is at least one kind of alcove in the house where basically a boulder's landed and the walls caved in, but it's covered enough from the wind and rain that you and Nugget would be able to spend your time there for the night in relative comfort. It's still, kind of summer time. So it's not a cold night for you guys to kind of rest there, and you spend some hours tending to the injuries the Nugget was having. For the most part, it's more of a there was magic cast to bind the wounds, and for the most part, this is more of a comfort than it is a physical healing session. But during your night, you create a bond. You bond with your newfound companion in a way that you find yourself connected to them through more than just, kindred spirits. There is something magical there. And because of that, you find yourself more able than ever to communicate with Nugget. And Nugget is clearly feeling much better in the morning as you wake up side by side, kind of in a little bit of a cuddle in the side of this alcove. You've got a bat wing around you. I like the idea of you've got this massive, huge bat wings like this, because they kind of fold themselves up in their little burritos. You've just got like a little goblin head here, just sticking out of the wings. So that's how you wake up. Very cozy.
And confused also.
Don't need a bedroll anymore.
Yeah.
You feel, for a very split second, you feel like you're trapped in something. You're like, oh my god, no. The rest of you have woken up feeling as you feel, which is how?
Terrible.
I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I know you will.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know. What'd you get?
Oh, every time. It's.
He got 5.
That's really not good.
I don't think I've successfully saved a single one of these.
You get another point of exhaustion.
You're at 3 now, right?
Yes.
What's the max points of exhaustion?
5?
5?
I think it's 4 and then you die.
So,
It's not very many. I know at this point I now have
6. 6 is death.
Oh, it's
6 is death.
6 is
Okay,
death.
okay.
Yeah. So you're on 3. So
great.
you're disadvantaged on ability checks.
Yeah, that's what.
Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah, I thought that's about it.
You're half dead, yo.
He ain't wrong, yo. It's like Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It is like Princess Bride. It's exactly. What a good Christmas film. Right. So you feel like absolute shit
Mm-hmm.
to the point where you're already hobbled significantly. Like your leg feels like it's gonna, you're kind of using it as a peg leg more than anything else. Is this going to be a Christmas special? It's not going to be a Christmas special. I was tempted, but I made the mistake. Oh, apart from the hat, that also the crown, beautiful. I was tempted, but I had already made the mistake of saying that it was midsummer. If we'd started off in like autumn, then maybe I could have skipped it over, but it's too late. I want to see a love triangle that is
Christmas
saved
in
by the
July.
what and
Could
Santa
be in the
Claus.
southern hemisphere.
I made the
Southern
mistake.
Hemisphere.
I made the mistake of watching some Big Bang Theory earlier.
That was a mistake.
It was a mistake. And it's relatively family friendly, and we had the kids around, so it was just like something on that wasn't kids TV. Because oh my god, do you get sick of kids TV very quickly? And they had an episode they did a D&D game that was Christmas themed, and it was actually quite good, to be honest. Like the stuff that they did for the D&D game, at least, not the episode. The D&D stuff was quite good. I was like, all right, okay, all right, I can get behind this.
That's cute.
There was a bit where they had it was a D&D adventure about saving Santa, and there was a puzzle at one point where they all had bells and they had to play them in the right order to do like a little Christmas jingle.
Oh, that's cute.
That was good. Anyway, the rest of it was shit.
Ooh, spicy.
That's not spicy. That is like
Spicy hot take. Spicy hot take. No one's had that take.
Nobody else has ever said that they don't like Big Bang Theory ever. Okay, so we've got Randal waking up feeling like absolute shit. We've got Nearly, you rested okay?
Yeah, I think
All right.
I personally feel fine.
Mhm.
I think I'm worried about Randall.
Mhm.
But I slept well, unless he was like screaming in his sleep or some crazy thing.
You tell me, Randall.
No, I think it's not like necessarily painful. It's just like lack of energy. So he's probably still in bed, just like wrapped in sheets, just like not moving.
Blanket burrito.
Mhm.
So he's wrapped in his sheets, not moving. Cool. So everyone, you think he's
His
dead.
hands also like this.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's really sensitive to sunlight and he hisses at you and he tries to...
Yeah, I probably wake up first, I would say, and I
You
definitely
wake up first, yeah.
I definitely go do the thing where you watch to see if someone's still breathing, and when I see that he does breathe, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go wash my face.
Okay. So he's alive, but yeah, not feeling great. Oro has woken up in the arms of her new companion. And Atticus knocks on the door as it starts to get slightly later.
Could I have actually, if I got up super earlier than Randall, could I have like gone out to the like grounds in the general area and see if there were any like mushrooms around that I could like pick for food, or like wild onions, just like do a little bit of like foraging?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so as you can hopefully see from the map, you guys are surrounded by a small, wooded area.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to do, if you want to walk off into, into there and just have a look.
The general area, yeah. Not like wouldn't go super far.
Okay.
If Parsnip was awake, I'd take Parsnip with me.
Yes, Parsnip is definitely awake at this time. I'm very excited to see you in the morning. So you guys can go off for a little bit of a wander, forage some stuff. So I'm going to say that by the time that Atticus is getting concerned enough to knock on the door, you've probably just returned.
Okay.
Whilst you've been out and about, you've managed to forage some mushrooms that you know from your time in your background and your upbringing that they are safe to eat, and might make a good soup. A couple of little like root vegetables and stuff that you think would be good for use, if not in the soup, then at some other point, something that's edible.
Okay. Come back with like the skirt, like you take, I don't know if you've ever seen someone like put stuff in an apron, but it's like that basically, where I've got like the dress, the like robe thing kind of pulled up with like the food in it, like it's its own bag, and I'm like, hi Atticus.
Good morning. You've got quite a haul.
Yeah, there's a lot in the area.
I liked to forage when I was a younger man. It's harder for me to bend down now, and Atticus isn't a fan of bending down anymore. Parsnip gets his slobber over everything he tries to pick up, as you might have experienced in your foraging.
Yes, there are a few things that were left behind mostly.
I don't know if you saw Master Randal when you woke.
Yes, he's very tired.
Does he need a little longer to sleep, do you think, or should I check on him?
I think you could check on him. I don't think he necessarily needs more sleep so much as just for Hanu to hurry up with this potion.
Very well. Is that expected to be delivered to him today?
I know it's supposed to be ready today, but I don't know if we're supposed to go get it or if it's being delivered.
Oh, well, perhaps he will arrive. I mean, if he is not feeling well enough to retrieve it himself, at least that we can retrieve it for him, or I can go into town and see Honu.
Well, Oro and I can go do it so that he's not here by himself.
Well, very well. You arrived so late last night, we didn't see you.
We were out gathering an ingredient for the concoction that Hanu is making.
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it over breakfast. I will retrieve Master Randal. I haven't heard of Oro yet. Is she also in there?
I think she's made herself a bit of a pet.
I'm
going to put these in the kitchen and I'll check.
Very well. I hope Parsnip won't be jealous. So he knocks on the door, and Randall, feeling as groggy and awful as you are, assume you make some kind of grunt noise, and he opens the door. Master Randall?
Yeah. What?
Is all well?
No.
Can I do anything to help? Breakfast. Very well, sir. Absolutely. I will find it. Although he in this time has come up to you and placed the back of his hand against your head and is checking for like feverish temperatures and that kind of thing. And let's give him a medicine roll. Well, you feel fine to me.
I'm dying. No, I'm dying.
Does not roll well at all. Oh my god. But he hobbles out and he continues cooking his breakfast that he's been making so far. Have you Any interest in making your soup? Nearly.
Yeah, I think I'll get started on that while Atticus is taking care of Randall.
Sure. Okay. In which case, he'll come out and see that you're making soup and offer to help. How's Randall? Is he going to get up, or is he
just gonna like roll to the edge of the bed and then like flop onto his feet, still with like the blanket wrapped around him, and then just shuffle to the table and sit down.
So he arrives at the table wrapped in his blanket. It's now getting slightly later in the morning, Oro, and you've realised now that you've kind of slept in a little bit. What is your go-to move now you've woken up?
I feel like we should probably go inside. I'm slightly nervous about Parsnip's interaction with Nugget, but we'll see how that goes, I guess.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't aware, as we discussed slightly the dimensions of what's going on here. So Oro, being a goblin, is small.
Mm-hmm.
Nugget, being a baby giant bat, is a medium. So Nugget can thankfully fit through all the doors and corridors. That is possible.
Mm.
It is clunky though. It's like, yeah, it's imagine like walking a pony through your house or something. Like there's a lot of clunk going on there. But Nugget follows you completely at ease because Nugget is beside you, and you're able to communicate in any manner of way. How do you think that you will communicate with? I mean, let's have a look, shall we? Should we have a look at the UA stuff?
Yeah.
Do you
dance moves only?
Do you get telepathy, or is this a?
I think
this
so.
like a...
Hey, Wills, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
Hope you're well.
Long time no see. Hope you're doing well.
Let's see.
Animal companions bound. So we just for everyone in chat who's not sure what the difference is, we're using the beta, as it were, or the beta version of
beta for everyone.
Beta. Okay. Version of the Ranger, which is different from the Player's Handbook version, because in the Player's Handbook version, the Ranger, especially the Beastmaster, a little bit underpowered. So we're using the beta version.
By a little bit underpowered, he means criminally underpowered.
Yes. So we're using that one instead, which is great because it basically, so in the Player's Handbook version, if your animal companion died, it was dead. Okay, it just perma-died, which is bullshit. They did get their multi-attacks. Did they get multi-attacks and throw that? But
I think so.
No, the animals never really leveled with you. Was another problem. It was like eventually they might have gotten a few more hit points and stuff like that, but it got to the point where you're like a level 10 character with a bear.
Yeah.
With a wolf. Like, yeah.
So for the sake of it, let's have a little bit of a chat about what we get with companions in the beta version. So loses multi-attack function if it has one, obeys your command as best it can, rolls for initiative like any other creature, determine its actions, decisions, and attitudes, so on. If you're incapacitated or absent, your companion acts on its own. Abilities and game statistics determined in part by your level. Uses your proficiency bonus rather than its own. In addition to the areas where it normally uses its proficiency bonus, it can also add proficiency bonus to its AC and its damage rolls. Oh boy! Proficiency in 2 skills of your choice, which you can keep to yourself if you like for now. Each level you gain after 3rd, your animal companions increases its additional hit die, increases its hit points accordingly. When you gain the ability score improvement class feature, your companion's abilities also improve. Your companion can increase 1 ability score by your choice of 2, or blah, blah, blah. Okay, so nothing here suggests to me that you get any kind of telekinesis, telepathy.
Yeah.
you get a bat, and then suddenly you're like, no. You're not able to telepathically communicate with your bat. But you can. It's not Brittany.
Yes.
Which is amazing for me because I don't have to say anything, but you can speak to it, and it'll communicate with you well enough through body language, and you'll grow to know Nugget so well that words won't be necessary. So
You're finishing each other's sentences.
As long as your sentence ends with silence, yeah, you'll be okay. or a bat cry. But opening the front door, you kind of look in to see if anyone's waiting for you, and slowly Nugget shuffles in. Nugget's movement speed, by the way, on foot is 10 foot. There's a lot of shuffling going on. There's not a huge amount of
not a huge amount of locomotion.
Yeah,
lots of shuffling.
Yeah, it's a lot of shuffling.
Basically a penguin when it's walking.
So it's kind of like crawling, shuffling along the floor. It's kind of wings not fully tucked around itself, but tucked in enough that it's not knocking anything. It follows you in through the front door. You find yourself down the corridor. And you can see now into the kitchen where Atticus is fussing over some spices and herbs that he's managed to find in a cupboard to try and throw into the soup. In there is Neuralee, and at the table is Randal wrapped. Looking
doesn't even turn when he hears all this noise. It's just there like...
Aww. Or we're just gonna be like, morning, everyone, and then sees Randal and like, oh, morning. How are you, Randal?
Not good.
Oh.
It's getting worse.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I prompt Nugget to go give Randal a hug?
You can talk to Nugget and tell Nugget whatever you want him.
Nugget, go give Randal a hug, quick.
So into the room comes this giant crawling, very fluffy and adorable. But if you're not used to bats, terrifying feature. She did spend the night walking back with Nugget.
Yeah,
you have, it's not entirely a shock to you. You did kind of expect it to come in here. Atticus, however. He brings his walking stick and he brings it up. He's holding one hand of the table. He's like,
Atticus, it's fine. This is my companion now. We found him. It's fine. It's called Nugget. Nugget, do something cute.
Nugget gets on its back and rolls over. And looks at him. That is fucking adorable.
Where's Parsnip though?
Parsnip is just eyes open, fixated completely on Nugget, just like,
what the fuck is that?
Not even absolutely no, not even, can't even fathom what it's looking at, to the degree where it's just staring blankly directly at Nugget. And you can see that Atticus kind of pats it on the head and says, it's okay, and just rubs on its head. It's okay. And you can see that it kind of that dog thing that they do where if you've got a walkie's leash or a ball or whatever, and it goes and you can see this it's ready to do something. It doesn't know what it's ready to do, but it's ready to do something. And it's just no, calm, shh, it's okay. And you can see that Parsnip kind of relaxes for a little bit, and now shuffles over to Randal, where he plants his bum on the ground, and you can kind of tell that he's making effort to try and comfort Randal in his in his current state. But whilst he does so, you've got this kitchen with a kitchen counter kind of in the center that's being used for preparing the ingredients and whatnot for your breakfast. And on the other side of the kitchen, so on the kind of far side of the kitchen counter, you've got Nugget on its back, being adorable. Oro, who's kind of just walked in and been like, "What's up, guys?" On the right hand side, you've kind of got Randal, who's wrapped up, with Parsnip at his side. So the Parsnip is directly in front of the bat now, just like staring at the bat, kind of half snuggling into Randal. And
It's like the setup for a sitcom.
But Nugget kind of rolls back onto its front and kind of just looks curiously at the building and stuff. And you can see that it finds a place on the wall where it's not connected to, like, there's no painting or there's no like kitchen counter or whatever, and it kind of just crawls up onto the wall and sits there watching you to the best of its ability.
So is this like a breakfast alcove that's like informal? It's not like the grand dining hall?
Yes, no, this is the kitchen.
Okay.
It's not the storage area as such. It has there are kind of like cooking pots and stuff around. There's a fireplace that connects to the grand dining hall. So it's like on the other side of it is the dining hall.
So Randall's just sitting at like a chair, not at like a dining table.
Yeah,
okay.
Not a dining table. No.
I was like, I'm confused. Why are we all in the kitchen now?
No, he's mostly there just to, because you're making the soup with Atticus.
Yeah.
Randal has shuffled in from his bedroom and just sat down to be in the same room as you guys, I guess. Just in the right area, even if he's feeling absolutely rotten. I mean, like his legs rotting off, but not so much in that sense.
FNH Paul, thank you for the raid. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
How's it going? Parsnip cannot be replaced.
Yeah, Parsnip's not being replaced. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Parsnip's not being replaced.
For anyone who doesn't know, Parsnip is a Great Dane.
Parsnip is a Great Dane, and we've now... The question is the new animal companion Nugget the giant bat, or the baby giant bat, as it were? Definitely not replacing it. There'll be some bat dog cuddles at some point, I'm sure.
Cute.
Shit, spoiler alert. Damn, fuck.
If we ever get to a place where we're restoring the mansion and like I get my own room, I'm just gonna sneak Parsnip in every night and just fall asleep cuddling the dog every night.
But for now, you are chatting away. Atticus is very curious about what happened last night, what you were doing in order to procure the ingredients for Randal's healing potion. You had a deal with definitely not a quest, a business arrangement with Honu. How did you find him? I mean, I don't mean the sign next to his building. I mean him as a person.
Oh, how do we feel about Honu in general?
Yes.
Oh, it's fine. Cool
As long
dude.
as he fixes me, he's great.
Yeah.
Takes his time with everything.
He does take his time. He's got the time to spare. Especially since his leg isn't rotting off. I can imagine why that would be quite frustrating in your situation, Master Randal. But hopefully he will have succeeded in preparing the potion today.
What he said.
And what did you need to do?
Well, we had to get a flower that bloomed at midnight.
Ah, no wonder the late return.
Mm.
And it was uneventful, I'm sure.
Well, that's where I found a nugget. Oh.
I see. Oh.
Good for me.
Yes, good for all of us.
Yes.
And definitely good for my walls. He looks now, you can see that Nugget has clawed its way into the walls and is just kind of like happily browsing the ceiling as it's kind of stuck on there.
Well,
wait,
be fine.
Mr. Swiggy, throw a sock at it. Wait, what? What are we throwing a sock at?
I may be off my nut on painkillers.
I'm sorry you're on painkillers.
No,
I hope you feel better. Yeah. Maybe throw a sock at it. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, throw a sock at them. Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe we can put in a few perches, like for birds, but the opposite way.
Well, the house needs some redecorating, some refurbishment as it is. Perhaps that could be a room set aside when we uncover some of the rooms, if that is ever a plan. It is down to Master Randal, of course, what we do with the estate.
Eyes are slowly falling.
At this point, the soup is pretty much complete. What do you think would be a good roll to see how tasty the soup is?
Well, Atticus
Athletics.
helped, so I think
Atticus
I would
helps.
have
Yes,
advantage.
you definitely have advantage. We'd have to decide.
I don't think I have like proficiency with like cooking.
Well, Atticus definitely does.
I guess
So-
it would either probably be like survival or like medicine is like, I'm thinking of medicine like treating, like making poultices though. That's not like, I don't think that's the same as just like putting food together.
Performance?
Acrobatics.
Definitely persuasion.
That's really not a good thing. I suppose it would be its own thing, really, wouldn't it? It would
Yeah.
Be, it would be like a wisdom check, like roll d20 plus wisdom.
Okay.
Animal handling. Do you think animal handling? I could like it, especially if it's not a vegetarian meal.
14.
Nice. Okay. Well, it is definitely a fulfilling breakfast, alongside with some bread that Atticus finds in one of the larders. It is a very, very tasty meal. In fact, this is probably one of the better soups that you've ever had. And it's got a nice little spice and a kick to it that you didn't expect.
That's what Parsnip added.
That's what Parsnip added. You imagine that's come from some of the spices that Atticus might have found in the larders. Some walnuts that were found by Nirali. It's very, very tasty.
I'm quite pleased. And I'm probably going to make Atticus really uncomfortable when I instinctively start helping like serve because I made it, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I'll pick up on that. Maybe.
You definitely pick up on the fact that he's taken aback by it. But you can see that so something that happened in previous sessions and in the RP channel on Jenny's Discord is your discussion with basically you can chill out a little bit, Atticus. You don't have to be on like all the time. You don't have to be, you can involve yourself. You can sit at the table with us, that kind of thing. And since then, he has made an effort to not kind of impose himself as a servant as such. He's tried much harder to kind of keep himself there and tending to your needs, but without seeming like he's being a slave. he knows that he's not, but I think he's figured out that you guys find that uncomfortable, and being a good host, he knows that he can meter that about himself, rein it in a little bit so that his behavior, his attitude doesn't look so doesn't make you guys so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So when you start to help him around the kitchen and stuff, but because it's his kitchen, there might be things like you try to put something away and then he lets you do it, and then he takes it out of the cupboard when you're not looking and he puts it away again. But it's the kind of thing that whilst you're doing it, maybe you're not paying attention, you don't see it, but someone who's maybe Oro, unless Oro's busy playing with either animal in the room, might have noticed it. Randal definitely didn't. Randal's out of it.
Anything.
He has nobody's eyes.
His eyes are now just firmly closed. His head's slightly
Totally relate to that. Totally relate to that. It's when I'm woken up in the morning and I have to be like, it's like I've got a family trip or something. Like someone's like, get up really early in the morning. We have to go somewhere. I'm just there.
You're existing.
I'm present, but I'm not awake. Okay, so you finish your breakfast, you tidy things away, and you have the day ahead of you.
I wonder around who that could be.
You
Oh,
hear a
that'll be
very,
you.
very slow knocking at the front door, which Atticus dutifully shuffles away to deal with. A few moments later, still in the kitchen, you find yourself in the company of Honu, who also shuffles into the room, bearing in mind that he's trying very hard not to clank his shell against door frames. This is very nice. He's been looking around. You can see that he has a small package in his hand that he has brought along with him.
Yes, it is quite nice here.
Taught you have a drawing of Hanu?
For
I want
realsies?
to see the drawing of Hanu.
I also have a small package, Mr. Smuggy. Mr. Smuggy.
Hang on.
I got
Hang on.
I got.
Are you putting it in Discord, Migu?
Yeah, put it in chat so we can all see it.
Yeah.
Well, it's a picture.
I assume like a link.
Oh yeah, okay. I was like, you can't put a picture in chat. I'm not showing you. No, not you. Not you.
Okay.
Migu.
Can you imagine?
Get in my DMs, man. Get in my DMs.
How quick would you get banned if you asked me
Right.
to put it in chat?
Oh,
so
that's an
bad.
amazing drawing. That's so good.
Wait, I haven't seen it.
I haven't scrolled down enough. Oh my god.
Oh, look at
That's
it.
excellent.
Oh, that's so
That is
cute.
excellent. God damn.
Love it.
So good.
If you guys aren't already aware, Torsu here, aka Migu, is a very talented artist. And it's, as far as I'm aware, available for commission. Just putting that out there.
I think they are.
If you wanna put out your Twitter or whatever in chat, I think that would be okay, probably. It's not my channel, so I'm saying probably.
Oh yeah, go for it, of course.
But in walks Honu, and in his hand he has a small glass jar. The glass jar is bound shut with a taut rope. There's some leather on top that keeps it in place, and there is a wax seal that lines the rope. And you can see that it is a kind of stylized HH. He brings it over and holds it in front of the party. Looking with the wax seal facing towards him. He's just like, I don't know why I sealed this. You are going to need it now, probably. And he looks directly at Randal. Very well. Sure. He peels back the wax seal very delicately so as to not damage it, and starts to undo the taut rope. As he does so, he gets the leather away from the top, and he shows you this ointment. It is a very thick grayish ooze that he kind of he nods to Randal and says, remove his attire. He's pointing mostly to this massive sheet that you've wrapped yourself in.
Come on now, come on.
And assuming that your leg is mostly,
Was that only the leg? Then Randall's just pulling it up. It's not
it's just the leg. I'm not expecting to strip off. I'm just saying, get the duvet out of the way and then show us your gammy leg, you gross motherfucker. So he kind of, with one huge finger, pulls some of the ointment onto his finger before kind of leaning down and just in one giant sweep, kind of painting it onto your skin. You can see at this point he has not in any way, shape, or form noticed the giant bat on the wall, because it is in the same. It's in the same like hallway that as you walk in, giant bat is there like, hello everybody, and he just
it's
kind
like
of
mounted on the wall.
yeah, it didn't even occur to him. So he just gets this huge dollop of this ointment and just rubs it up the inside of like the cut, and immediately you feel its effects. You can feel a weird numbing tingle in your flesh, which kind of already starts to fill you with a little bit of energy. It's not so much that you immediately feel its effects fully, but you can kind of taste the food that you've just eaten, which was not something that was really like even remotely in your periphery of attention. Like it before, when you were eating, you just kind of like
Shut
it was
up.
like bits were like going down your mouth and stuff, and you just weren't paying attention because you were just like going through the motions. But now you can feel that you're actually like, oh, actually that soup was really good. Oh man. And the wound on your leg is starting to clear up pretty much immediately. He fastens the glass lid back on, puts the leather on top, winds the rope around it again. He puts it down in front of you. And he gets the rest of the ointment that's still on his finger and just wipes it. So, and he says, "This is Kiotom's ointment. You have one more application." And he pushes it towards you. You may keep it.
Can you spell Kiotom?
Keoghttom. As a metagame point, so I'm going to say in character, he says, it smells faintly of aloe. Lovely. That it is a healing ointment that has rejuvenating properties for those who have ailments. And for kind of metagame, I will tell you that as an action, you can apply it to skin or swallow it. And it regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points. And whoever gets touched by it ceases to be poisoned and is cured of any disease.
But I don't need to use it again.
No, you are cured.
Sweet.
Can I give him the other rose then? Because I still had one, right?
You did, yeah. You get one. You get one save. He takes it. That is generous, and he puts it in his satchel. Keep this ointment. I'm sure you will find use for it.
Hopefully not too soon.
It's a rare ointment. It's definitely something valuable. I mean, you know that for the effort that you had to go through just to find the ingredients. But you do only have one more application of it. And he says, "Pleasure doing business."
No quotes needed.
With you. I hope you a speedy recovery, and that we may do business again in the future. Good day to all of you. And he turns, massive shell behind him. He walks out the door, again, completely oblivious to the giant bat on the wall, and just makes his own way out. Atticus shuffles after him to make sure that he doesn't damage any,
Anything the giant boulders hasn't already.
yeah, anything that he's diligently been looking after, in the hopes that it also doesn't get crushed.
Yeah.
As he makes his way out of the house. Randal, you're feeling much better already. You do feel like you're probably going to need a day to feel perfectly yourself again. But that's in a kind of a personal way. statistically, you're back to full health. You have no more exhaustion points.
Ooh.
So Randall still has the duvet wrapped around him, but it's not like so tight anymore. It's a bit looser.
Aw.
Does the wound on the leg look like it's completely gone now?
There is a scar.
Okay.
It's gnarly, dude.
I was gonna say
Oh,
sick
God,
battle
bro.
scar, dude.
I remember when I nearly died.
Died, dude. Badass. Shit.
Mr. Smuggy says, "Okay, gonna go wiggle my butt in VR chat dressed as a skimpy cat girl outfit. Ta-ta."
In a, not as a, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I was getting very confused. I read it as a as well.
dressed in a skimpy cat girl outfit. That's amazing. Do you guys ever see the video of Batman and Catwoman
When they switch
when
the
they switched the
sprites.
skins? Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that was.
I was like, this is a Batman I would play.
Oh man. Anyway,
Thanks for chilling, Smuggy.
yeah, it's been
Have
a pleasure,
fun.
buddy. I
Have a
do
good
hope you
night.
feel. I do hope you feel better. Rub it on your beard. It's good for the hair. I love the idea of using this ointment that could be used to cure a disease, and you've just like suddenly got the most virile beard ever. Oh my god! But there you are, out of the room. Honu shuffles, followed by Atticus, who swiftly returns with a new lease of life and a whole day ahead of you.
What are we gonna do today?
I don't know what we'll do during the day, but tonight we should probably find somewhere relatively out of sight to keep an eye on the inn in case anyone else is lured away. I don't want to go back inside.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Does sound like a good idea. We could wait near the mayor's house or along that bit of road.
Oh yeah. True.
Yes, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. We should probably tell the mayor so that they're not worried when we're just hanging out outside of their house for several hours.
Not a bad idea. What time is it now? Like midday or something?
It's still early morning. Well, I said mid-morning more than anything. It's probably like 11:30. Actually, that's probably not accurate considering how much you've had to go through with your morning. Let's say it's probably like 11.
Okay.
Judging hours in RPG games, man. Holy shit.
Select wait 12 hours. No, I'm kidding.
If that's what you guys want to do, if you haven't got any plans for the day, if you don't have any plans for a week, that's what you guys can do. Like, you don't have to live every day by the minute. If you guys want to take the day off to rest Randall up, that would make sense for Randall. And you guys, if there's something that you want to do in your downtime, you're more than welcome to do something in your downtime,
Randall, I might just go back to bed or something and like wake me up when it's time to go.
Before we go.
Okay. So what do Nearly and Oro want to do with their day?
I wasn't able to find any stuff for weaving, right?
Nothing. No, you could probably find something, for knitting, but
okay. Would you say? I think we established that we decided weaver's tools also would include like crochet, embroidery, stuff like that. Then I'll go into town and get some just plain yarn or whatever.
Sure.
And I'm gonna start making Parsnip a sweater for the winter.
Excellent. Okay, brilliant. In which case, pardon me, sorry, I've had some. One of the benefits of my my parents owning a cafe now is that the fact that it's literally in my house is that I can just walk in there and take a can of Coke. It's like, all right, I had lunch in there today, and I was like, it's like having a restaurant in your house. Weird. Anyway, I'm not as posh as I sound.
I just have a stroll into my house. Cans of Coke whenever I want.
Stroll into the bistro downstairs.
Darling.
The
Darling.
bistro downstairs.
A line of Coke, just a line of Coke downstairs.
They're called Rose when they're in canned store too.
So we've got Nearly is going to head into town and find some knitting equipment or crocheting equipment. Or
I have the equipment. I don't have like.
Oh, I see. You need the wool.
The yarn. Yeah, the wool.
Okay. Well, how about Ori then? What does Ori want to do with the day?
I would like to have some bonding time between Nugget and Parsnip.
That is a
So
brilliant idea. That's a
We
brilliant.
can fast forward it, but I would like to just that to be the main goal that Oro has today.
Oh no, we don't have to. Well, we can discuss it.
Yeah.
We have to fast forward all of it. What do you have something in mind, or shall I brainstorm something with you?
Well, I was thinking some kind of game of fetch.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe Atticus could be involved with the game of fetch as well. Just like a big whole game of fetch between everyone.
Well, so what's going to happen? At least, I mean, this is what I've got in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything you want to change, you just say. Is that you've got yourself and Atticus side by side. Atticus is there mostly because he's got to prepare food for you guys and continue his household chores, which are clean up after you guys. Can't really tend to Master Randal because he's
Out.
He's out of it. And Neurali's not even here. Neurali's in town. So, or she's gone in town and she comes back and maybe Neurali comes back and she starts crocheting or knitting whilst watching.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, so you found an old rag that you've tied up into a ball, and now you're throwing it around and having Nugget and Parsnip chase it, fetch it, and bring it back. And you're throwing it, and first off, it's just Parsnip who gets into this game because it's a classic game that he's played many times over. You know, he knows what happens in this game. He knows the rules. He goes off, he fetches
top 500 fetch.
top 500. He plays ranked fetch. He brings back the ball. He knows what's going on. And Nugget's just watching, kind of from the sideline. Nugget knows what's going on, but he's learning as it happens. Hi, Tess.
Hi, Tess. Thank you.
Hi, Tess.
How's it going?
Wade.
You've come in at a perfect opportunity to experience some wholesome animal cuteness. So what we have at the moment is that because we're having a downtime day in game, because Randal has just been cured of his disease, but he needs a day off. So in the preparation for their adventures tonight in this game's evening, Neurali is knitting Parsnip, who is a Great Dane, a sweater
For the winter.
And Oro is playing fetch with Parsnip, the Great Dane, and Nugget, her new companion, baby giant bat, who is the size of a Great Dane.
True.
So we've got you found this ball that's essentially a rolled up like cloth that you've tied into a knot a bunch of times so that it's firm and throwable. And Parsnip is fetching, knows what is going on, but Nugget is getting used to it. He's learning the rules and by watching. And unfortunately, Nugget's very fucking good at fetch.
Oh no.
Unexpectedly, incredibly good. There is a small factor in that Nugget can fly. So to begin with, Nugget is very clearly taking advantage of the fact that it can fly, and it will launch itself into the air at 60 feet a second, and goes very, very quickly to fetch this, nabs it out of the air before it's barely even left your hand, and realizes after some time that that's not really fair. It's not fair because it's not really the ball's not going anywhere. You know, also the dog that it's playing with can't fly, which is his Nugget has now realized that unfortunately its opponent doesn't have wings, which is not Nugget's fault by any means, but
No.
wanting to be fair, Nugget stops taking advantage quite as much, allows the ball to get some distance, and keeps the flying to a minimum. So what's happening really is that Parsnip is being massively patronized. But
No.
Parsnip, being a dog, does not realize.
Doesn't understand it.
So Parsnip's being, they're having fun. They're toying around with each other, but it's essentially Nugget, the giant bat, finds this incredibly easy compared to Parsnip, and tries to make it look like sometimes Parsnip grabs the ball first. Parsnip is just happy to participate, exactly. And that is you spend the most of your day into the small hours of the evening rather than anything is playing fetch with those two. It gets around to dinner time. Randal has still mostly been out of it for the day, but Atticus leaves you with the animals for a moment to prepare some dinner, and serves it to all of you, which is when you guys come inside to stop playing fetch. Randal is brought back from the dead to enjoy his meal,
which he actually does enjoy,
which he can taste now. And we can say that you probably skip through to now what we'll say is about the evening. So you're about 10 o'clock now, 10 p.m. Because it's it's summertime, so it gets dark late.
And that's around when Oro walked off before, right? It was around 10.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we would want to have already.
So you want to be there?
Position.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you want to be up by Mayor Winthrop's house? You want to be up by the mayor's house rather than in the tavern?
Yeah. We don't we talked about it, and we don't want to come under the effects. We want to follow anyone who seems to be, because we've seen it before. So I figure we'd be chilling in the tree line by the mayor's house, so that we can be kind of hidden, maybe on the left side there, so we can peek out and look down over the edge to see if anyone's coming up.
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
Right there.
Okie dokie.
I don't think that's the way you're supposed to go about it. What is the point of living if it doesn't taste like anything? Might as well eat poop. I don't think that's good medical advice.
I have often said that I wish food didn't taste good, so that I could just eat kale all the time and be happy with it. It would be so much easier to just eat healthily. But pizza is so good.
Yeah.
I can understand that logic. I can see that logic. Okay, so if you're perched up by the mayor's house, try not to be too suspicious.
Creeping around.
Around 10 o'clock, a couple of minutes past, you do see somebody walking up the path. This is a young lady of dwarven heritage, who is walking up the pathway, and rather than going to Winthrop's house or anything like that, continues along the pathway. Are you guys hidden?
Shorter than that was the plan, was to hide in the tree.
Right. Would you like to roll me some stealth checks then, please?
Yeah. Are they shorter than the figure that I saw standing over Oro?
Probably about the same size, but stockier.
Can I guidance myself? Since we planned to hide?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, oh my god, terrible rolls all around. Also need to change Nugget's roll thing.
Oh dear. Wait, so you a 5? Oh no, that's the wrong.
I'm a 5.
5. Nugget's a 6.
Nugget is a 6 that critically failed.
Oh.
Very bad. Very,
Oh
very
dear.
bad.
And then Randall's here with a cash 21.
It's because I'm feeling amazing now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm untouchable.
16 is respectable, I have to say.
Yeah, okay. So we got a 16, a 21, a 5, and a 6.
Maybe me and Nugget are just still playing fetch. We've just like forgotten that's what it's supposed to be.
Nugget is just so excited to have a companion that is just so happy to be around. That you guys are. Nugget's playing with you. It's not so much fetch, but Nugget is just kind of coming up to you and going like the equivalent of.
But in bat.
But in bat. The equivalent of. Just like when you guys are trying to be serious and you're just looking at Nugget going.
Really?
Yeah, you guys. I mean, that doesn't have to be canon. You tell me what you're doing, but it's the equivalent of you guys, trying to be stealthy has not worked out. Apart from Neurali and Randall, who have managed it quite easily. But it doesn't seem to matter because despite you guys being quite obvious, and it does occur to both Neurali and Randall that Oro and Nugget would probably be quite easy to see. This individual has just walked right past you.
Not really surprising. Like once they've gotten out of what would be like even like relative earshot, then I'd be like, kind of seems exactly how Oro is acting. So
Let's go. How are we gonna approach the clearing?
I think we should follow them again, but then instead of all standing in the same area, maybe
You're losing sight of her now.
yeah, like I
We
feel
gotta
Let's
go.
go for
Can
it.
I get on
Yeah.
the bat and fly? This is the time I can go. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you haven't made any kind of.
I've not tried this yet, but sure.
You haven't spent a day practicing that. That could have been something.
It should have been a thing that I thought of, yeah, but it didn't.
You haven't made any kind of makeshift saddle or anything, but you are very able to communicate with this animal, and you do jump right onto the back of Nugget, holding on tight. Nugget manages to take flight with just you. Being a bat at nighttime, very easy for it to be stealthy. So please give me one more stealth roll.
With advantage?
Sure.
21.
Amazing. Bat at nighttime. Easy enough. It's not going.
Or it might be screaming the whole way.
You managed to find, the path in the ground is easy enough to trace through the sky as you're going along. The trees do make way for it, rather than the like vegetation covering the path. And sure enough, another 10 minutes worth of walking, and this dwarven individual takes a left, which you vaguely remember from the dream that you had is the direction that you took.
Also, there's a stick or something that I torch that I left to know where it is.
Excellent. Okay.
I
Well,
thought that was when we were getting the flowers.
oh yes, it was.
You stuck it in the ground and you pointed it at the direction of the other flower in case you got turned around.
Yeah,
I
that
also,
wasn't.
I also left something when we were leaving the clearing, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I trust you.
Forgot. Yeah.
I trust you. I don't remember that, but I trust you. In any case, from the air, you can also see the clearing, or at least what you imagine is the clearing. There are other pockets of clearings, like gaps in the trees, that could also be attributed to a clearing, but it's you're pretty certain that you can identify the one from where you are. It is very difficult to stay on this bat. You trust Nugget's kind of value of you, that Nugget wouldn't drop you and would make effort to make sure that you stay on Nugget's back. There are moments where Nugget seems to be struggling to fly in a way that will keep you on top, but also not be supremely uncomfortable for Nugget to like. Nugget in no way is used to carrying somebody. So this is very strange for them, but they do manage to keep flight for the most part. It isn't majestic. It does not look natural, but it's functional.
Excellent.
How is Oro feeling on the back of a giant bat, having never flown before? You've spent plenty of time doing acrobatics, right? You've done loads of climbing. You've done backflips off of. Was it hill giants that you've got?
Oh yeah, hill giants.
Hill giants was your sparring partner in the circus, and what are you gonna do? Well, how are you feeling? You're currently in the fucking air. You are flying. You're a goblin. You're fine.
You're a goblin. You're flying. I mean, I feel like Oro's pretty fearless with that type of shit. Like, she got thrown into a bunch of stuff. She's kind of like, cool. Yeah. I mean, this is badass. Hell yeah, I'm on a bat.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, man, I love Oro.
Yeah, she's way cooler than I am. It's really annoying.
Okay, all right. So she's just loving it then. She's like thrill seeking it.
Yeah.
She's absolutely loving it.
She's not like too excited. She's still being cautious, but you know.
Okay.
She's not scared.
Excellent. Well, before we continue too much, I just see Chaotic Angel 09. Hi, new to D&D, so hoping to learn from you all. It's a pleasure to have you here. Nice to have you. We play every Sunday on this channel. Although Jenny, whose channel this is, also streams art and video games occasionally, whenever she feels like it.
Yeah.
So it's not D&D only, but we have a very relaxed approach to D&D. And if you guys want to spend time chilling and chatting to us, please do. Oro plus fire spells.
Yeah, Chaotic, thanks for subscribing. Which part?
Oh my god, yes. when
that picture.
When Jenny was telling me about her ideas, like we orchestrated a lot of this like Bat Goblin stuff. The first thing I thought was Bat Rider from Dota, and I told her about that, and I showed her the different images and stuff.
I was like, oh, what do you mean this already exists? Fucking damn it.
This group's great because Tom is really flexible and they're absolutely great at RPing and they're wholesome. Oh, thanks, Torto. I really appreciate that, man.
Oh, that's a sweet Torto.
That's really nice.
Tom is very flexible, though. Yeah.
As you will now demonstrate.
Yeah, no, we that does also mean that occasionally we'll have to sit for 20 minutes and look up rules.
Yeah.
But
that's fun too, right?
Actually, we don't usually have to do that. We just go, Adam. Adam.
We usually say, Adam, help, please.
And he just knows. So.
Research is important. Research is for wimps. You gotta do everything on the fly. Isn't that right, Oro?
Oro, yeah.
On the fly.
You just get right on that bat.
You just wing it, you know.
Oh, well played. Oh, what a shame that you already have inspiration, huh?
Do I? I think I used that.
Did you actually?
Oh no, I didn't. Dang it.
Question.
No, because the old lady just left. I didn't need it. The one time I was going to get inspiration for a pun.
Your evil laugh.
What was that question?
Can Nugget get inspiration? Is my question.
Can Nugget
has its own character sheet. It's its own person that has its own stats and
its own little inspiration tick box then. Probably.
And there's an inspiration tick box. Exactly.
That's a yes. We never use it anyway.
Maybe under certain circumstances I might allow it. But bearing in mind, though Oro commands Nugget's their own person. Bat creature, character,
their own
personality. That to an extent I control.
So You could get the inspiration.
Can we donate a D6 to Nugget? Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
I agree that.
Well, Nugget's going to get all the D6s.
I know. I'm never getting a D6 ever again.
Can we donate to Parsnip? Oh my god. Halfway through this campaign, there's going to be a Nugget versus Parsnip moment. And we're going to have to make the community vote for
No versus.
which one lives and which one dies.
Absolutely not. I will die so that Parsnip can live.
That's right. We'll just make Nugget die because Oro can just bring him back.
Bring them back. Yeah.
There you go.
Sorted. Easy.
Nugget 2.
It takes like what, 8 hours and 50 gold pieces, and it's just like boop,
Easy.
new bat.
That's like
What we
the
actually
cost
need.
of 1 potion of healing. We're fine.
Exactly, easy peasy. Especially when you're high level, you'll have tons of 50 gold pieces around.
Yeah.
It's made of money.
Yeah, there's loads of giant bats.
We need one more animal companion, and then we can do a spin-off series where we play 3 animals.
Yes, yes, we need
a
that.
parsnip and something else.
Oh my god, yes.
God.
Shit! Oh man, if only I'd made
We need turnip. That's what we need.
Turnip, yeah.
giant fucking cat. Oh my god. Okay. Adventures go missing. It's up to the pets to save them.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Do you remember when
Okay.
we made jokes about in the last game we were going to have a horse adventure?
Turnip is a horse. It's canon.
What'd you say? Who's a horse?
Turnip. Turnip is a horse.
Oh my God,
Turnip is a horse. I was thinking, Parsnip, it has a lot of like similar personality traits to Randall, like generally like curious and friendly and stuff like that, and like the sort of like laid back attitude, I guess. And then like Oro and Nugget are like equally kind of like mischievous and like adventurous.
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to think of like what animal.
Yeah, exactly. What are we gonna have? All the
Personality.
personality traits we're gonna have for Neurally. Dungeons and Doggo supplement book now on Kickstarter. I love it. Right.
A raccoon, probably. No, a baby pangolin, because it just looks nervous.
Aw.
Oh, Miku, did we both just say raccoon at the same time?
That's excellent.
I was thinking of the kneading of the
Yeah, it's
hands
this
that they
whole
do.
this whole thing. Yeah,
Yes.
when they like grab food and they bring it back and they're just like,
Yeah. I love watching the videos of raccoons where they do grab like dog food and run off with it, because
Yeah.
them running is kind of like, that's what I actually pictured when I was thinking of Nugget moving, because they kind of do this like weird wobbly run as they're like holding the stuff. Yeah, it's really cute. Raccoons are so adorable. Anyway, so we're following this dwarf lady.
Right. Yes. Okay. So you guys are on the ground and you're following her along.
Suddenly a raccoon.
The Nighthawk is back, but this time it's chasing a raccoon.
This pesky
Okay.
Nighthawk.
Have you all seen?
We have to kill this fucking Nighthawk.
It's an evil animal. Have you all seen that really sad video of the raccoon? Like, so raccoons wash their food, especially if there's like a body of running water nearby, and so they'll get something and they'll go wash it off before they eat it. And this raccoon found cotton candy. And
Oh, yeah.
wash it, and it just disappears, and it starts like what's going on? Where did it go? And that's what Miku just talked about.
It's so cute.
Some sort of metaphor for my life.
Aw.
Look at this delicious thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay. I don't know why the raccoon's gotta have the sad day, but that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, following dwarf lady.
So you guys are following the dwarf lady on foot. And you see, I mean, you can just about see Oro riding Nugget in the sky, only because occasionally there are flickers of orange hair that come out just above of a wing or something. Other than that, against the night sky, all you can see is a silhouette where stars used to be occasionally. And because you know that she's up there, basically. Because she's stealthy as fuck. But you kind of saw her jump on Nugget and be like, "See you later, fuckos."
That's now code word for follow me however you can.
That's a new entry in the appendix of Circus words and phrases then?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes!
it is.
But that conflicts with the current entry.
Well, you just have to be like another usage of the word has also been to follow.
I thought I understood what "see you later, fuckers" meant, but now I'm not so sure. So she's jetted off into the sky, and you guys have been like, okay, let's go. Are you doing the Texas song? No one else is going to understand the reference. Do you want to sing it for us? Sing it for us.
I did Nesmith, to be fair.
I know, I like it. But
So-
the song is the Texas song, right?
Okay, last like side thing before we get to this, I promise. So when I explain to people about how like Texas Pride works, the best example I have is like social programming through music. Probably because I'm also a bard. So there's a song that if you've lived in Texas for even a few months, you have at some point heard, and it goes, well, part of it goes, "The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas." And there's like several lines, like the sage in bloom is like perfume, and it goes on and on. And so like when I'm out around with people and the song starts playing, especially if they're not from Texas, I'm like, just wait and watch, just wait. And I have been at like the state fair, the song started playing with people from Massachusetts, and they're like just kind of like looking around like confused as to why I'm like making them wait, because I guess they just didn't like really think it was gonna be that big of a deal. And like 50 people just like mid conversation stopped what they were doing and were like and like just turned back to their conversations like nothing. And I was like, this is
It was good when we were in where were we? Shit.
Did I do it to you too? I was like, I feel like I did, but I can't remember.
We were at Casey and Carl's.
Yes,
And you were
that's what it was.
explaining to them how you were explaining to me about the social programming for that song.
Yeah.
And you go, the stars at night are big and bright. And both Carl and Casey went. Right. Anyway, yes. So wait, you want to sing it for us? Deep in the heart of Nesmith.
Yes.
But following Dwarf Girl,
Yes.
it's very easy. She's wearing a. It looks like she's kind of been out, at the bar, at the inn, the tavern. She's wearing like quite a nice dress, but it's white. It's white and yellow, which means that it's quite easy for you to spot against the trees and the darkness. She takes a left into the trees. Following her is again, it's very simple. She's not making any effort to be quiet, so you can hear her footsteps in the underbrush. But if you are trying to be stealthy, I will once again ask you to be stealthy. Apart from Oro, who has already rolled a stealth check.
Probably.
Can I
Try
guide
and
myself
be-
again?
Yeah. Probably try and be stealthy, but not be too concerned about it, given the whole we were shouting at Oro all the way.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
We
Sure.
weren't shouting at Aro. When were we shouting at Aro? Oh, like last time.
Like, yeah, when we were following Oro.
Sure.
Yeah, but we don't want whoever it is that's doing this to see us coming again.
Dwarf Girl went out.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Texas song isn't exaggerating, just to start bringing here at the event of bar where people will finish it. I wanted to, I didn't see it when I was there. I really wish I did. Weekend at Tessie's, Tom. I don't get it. But if you want to, the emotes, yeah. The emotes, don't they look like Tess is hungover?
No, it's a reference to Weekend at Bernie's. Have you ever seen that? Okay.
But if you look at them, look at those emotes. They look like she's hammered, and she's like trying to like not get. Anyway, right. Into the tree line you go. You manage to find the clearing, and unsurprisingly, the dwarf girl is a couple of steps in to. Is it weird to say hi to Tess because her middle name is Bai? I like to think her name is Tess by Hi. It's her full name. But anyway, so pay attention to the story, Tom.
One of the things we were like, I was going to suggest while we were on our way is that Randall and I kind of like split and go to either side. so
Right.
that if the thing, like whatever it is or whoever it is, if they get in, we can kind of like
Pincer.
block their exit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
pincer movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we've
pincers.
got aerial, like, yeah.
Oh my god, there's so much going on. It's like a claw. Right, okay, so we've got Oro above, and you guys want to go left and right? Is that what I'm thinking? Like, well, this
Yeah,
would
like
be like north and south, really.
yeah, like she'll like walk straight out into the clearing, and we'll kind of like part and come around the side. So it would be like north and south, probably.
Sure. Okay.
If this map is like cardinal.
Yes, yeah. Basically, it's a small clearing to the left, which would be the west of this road that's going north. So by the time you kind of split off and start circling around the clearing, you can see that the dwarf girl has walked into the center of this clearing, and she kind of looks up at the stars the same way that Oro did and thinks, this is beautiful. What a beautiful night. And she kind of lays back, and you can see that she's still watching the stars. At this point, Oro passes directly through her vision.
See the outline of a.
She is clearly
vision.
not even remotely phased because she is in another world. But it's just just like, look at the stars and also that shape of a bat. But passing overhead. And a couple moments pass. And once again, you see a shuffling in the trees. And a small figure steps out into the clearing, takes a few steps towards the dwarf girl. Now a stealth roll would be appropriate. Are those the two that you've done already? The 15 and the 12.
Yeah, well, those are the ones you told us to make earlier.
For the clearing. For like the road to the clearing, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you
okay.
want us to make additional ones?
Well, if that's the roll, then that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just trying to remember. Okie doke. Right. So Dwarf Girl had a few bevies while she was out. Dwarf Girl is currently under some kind of charm. She's having she's sleepwalking, kind of. But the individual does not seem to see you. A few more steps towards the girl.
Which way have they come in from?
So they've come in from the west.
Same as last time, then.
Yeah.
And then, so we're at north and south.
Yep. I'm going to assume, for the sake of it, that Nurali is on the north and you're on the south.
Can I?
These don't mean anything to me.
Can I try and like scoot around?
So you want to go to where they came from?
Yeah, because if they're going to run, they're probably going to run back the way they came.
Sure. Yeah.
So I want to try and be closer to that.
If you're going to actively move, then I will ask for a stealth check. If you're like, I need to be there to make sure that I can.
Well, I'm
cut them
gonna
off.
I'm gonna like make my way that way, but I'm not gonna be like hasty about it.
Yeah, but you want to cut them off, and you're not like you're not being unless are you being especially slow and careful about it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna just like bolt over there. I'm gonna like
sure
make my way that way, so I'll be closer. If they start running, I can then it's like a short distance.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. In which case, it looks like now the individual has started to kind of bend over the dwarf girl and looks like she's cut a purse from her waist.
I know what I want Nugget to do. I don't know whether what.
Be Oro.
BR.
You don't need our
Power.
approval for literally anything.
Well, when
You got a fucking back.
Good fucking map. I'm in the fucking sky.
People with
I
backs
can't ask
don't
for
ask for
approval in the
permission.
sky.
So I mean, you don't know where your pals are.
No.
You've kind of assumed that they followed you, but you don't know. You can't see into the trees. You've gone up in the sky. You've followed along the path. You've seen the clearing, and you've gone, okay, that's probably where it's going to be. You've gone above the clearing. You've seen the dress of the dwarf girl as she walks out into the clearing. She's laid down, and you've been like, okay, I'm definitely in the right place. And now you've seen the silhouette going towards her, pull something from her waist and cut to like loosen a satchel.
Okay.
You don't know where Nurali or Randall are.
Mhm.
You don't know if they're at the clearing.
Mhm.
All you know is that that's where you want to, like, you tell me, what do you want to do?
Well, when the person is like trying to get the thing off the purse, I want Nugget to fly down to like kind of try and like be near the creature to try and like panic them in some way, and to let me
Right.
down on the ground, and then for me to just have a dagger, like 2 daggers at its face.
Okay.
Like
So
just
you want
appear,
to, you basically want to like kind
fluster them and like
of jump into to dismount
Mhm.
whilst Nugget kind of is like,
yeah.
fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
Stop that.
Okay.
Operation Oro drop.
Okay, excellent. So in comes the swoop. What do you say to Nugget? Because we have to talk to Nugget now. It's not so much of a mental communication thing. You gotta say what do you want to say to Nugget?
Swooping time.
It's swooping time.
Or his new catchphrase.
All right, so you swoop, and that's exactly what Nugget does. Nugget swoops down, gets right up in the face of this silhouette, and getting to that level gives you plenty of room to jump off and be on the ground. That's no problem for you. You land, daggers drawn, and in front of you is this figure. The person in front of you.
My hand was stuck under my like sweater.
Delay makes it so much better. I'm just gonna quickly pop this here so you can see who this is.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh
Definitely.
jeez.
Is this gentleman? Okay, you can see that his taut skin is pulled back and his very thin kind of frame. You can see that he is a horned individual with some kind of tatty, non-functional wings that are behind him. And he... Tom, stop being cute. I'm trying to be straight over here. Stags. You live your best life, whatever person you're into. But I am taken, so I apologize. That's just the way it is. Don't but so he sees you and goes, fuck, and makes a run for it.
Can I trip him up? I want to try and trip him up.
You want to try a trip?
Yeah.
Okay. You can absolutely try and do that. Give me an attack roll.
Wait, just a normal.
Go with your daggers.
Daggers. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Triple with a dagger.
Okay.
Like cutting their ankles.
Got no more ankle left.
So you dive straight at him and you manage to take him out at his legs. This individual slams into the ground. You guys have seen Oro come swooping in, like jump off the back of this of Nugget to the ground, seeing this weird figure now. Its wings protruding enough for you to see it against the tree line, bolt for the trees, and for Oro to just go like, nah, jump on him and flip him to the ground. What's your move?
I think, oh my gosh, that was really cool. Since I know where Randall is going, can I see him? I believe my passive perception is...
I mean, you tell me, are you looking for him or are we going for passive perception? Passive perception is just you being passively, aware of things that happen around you. Are you looking to see him?
Yeah, my passive is a 14 anyway, so I think I would have been like
if you rolled a 12,
creep
yeah,
along.
I mean, it wouldn't be difficult for you to see him.
Yeah.
How depressing is that?
Well, I'm really
my
perceptive.
best efforts for the time. But yeah, so you know where he is.
I'm gonna like step out of the trees and I'm gonna hold my hands out with like a spell prepped. I'm gonna say, don't move. But what I'm holding isn't something that's gonna be directed at that creature. It's gonna be directed at Randall.
Right. Okay. So you're maybe 20 feet away. It's a
30-foot range.
It's a pretty big radius. I'm not saying that you're not within range.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's the kind of the distance that you're talking here. So you kind of come out into the clearing and you shout, "Don't move." Oro, you're now bracing the leg of this guy who's on the floor. Nerdy's come out like, "Don't move!" Randall?
I'm going to come out as well and like make my way over quickly to try and like help subdue.
Okay, are we talking like full Randall speed? Or are we talking...
I move at 50 feet a second, and I've got a new lease of life and loads of energy that I need to get rid of.
Need to get rid of.
I mean, you've slept all day, so you're Sonic right now. So if you're going to dash all the way up there, you make it in absolutely no time. You find your way right next to them, and on the ground is this kind of tatty, devilish figure who flips himself onto his back. He goes, fuck off! I don't want to fight. Fuck off!
What are you doing?
Kicking at Oro, trying to get Oro off.
I tell Nugget to come and try and subdue as well, to just try and like get on an arm or something.
Okay. Well, Nugget being as big as Nugget is, kind of with one hand wing winged clawed wing kind of pushes down on one of his arms, and then kind of puts his face in front of this guy and just goes right at him, and just kind of cries out into his face. He goes, fucking fuck, and he looks directly at Nurali. No, not Nurali. Oh, wait, Nurali, you there? No, you grabbing him?
Yeah. No, I stood out. Like,
so you're not there grabbing legs and keep holding him down.
No, I'm standing.
Right. Okay. In which case, she'd probably do it to Oro. And he spits at you and he says, "Go home." I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, 9. See you later, fuckers. It's a really confusing phrase now that nobody really knows.
It's just lost all meaning. Randall thought he had it down. He was like, yeah.
This is gonna be one of those like.
This is gonna be Hyacinth in the last game, where Hyacinth was like, "I'm fed up with people mind controlling you. I have to get." Oh my god!
It is going to be a bit like that. I was also thinking that this is going to turn into one of those like dictionary.com when they like add a new word and it's got like new definitions or whatever. It's just like Randall. He's got like "see you later, fuckos," like colloquial phrase, and then like all the meanings he thinks he's discerned from it in his journal.
That's like Urban Dictionary where everyone's got a different meaning and it doesn't. It's never helpful.
Yeah,
circus talk, man. Circus talk.
So you just feel like you got to go back to the house.
Okay.
So you stand and you let go, and Nugget's very confused. And I assume these guys are also confused.
Well, if we heard this,
you definitely did.
I'm slightly less confused then.
It probably was a bit difficult for Nerali at that distance to perfectly understand what's just been shouted at Oro, but you've just seen basically he's gone and hissed at her, "Go home," and you were overcome with the sense that he was casting a spell, not in the sense of wizards casting a spell or whatever, but it was more of a an innate spell, like a magic happened. Yes, a magic happened, and now Oro has stood up and decided to leave.
Oro, come back.
Do I pay attention to that?
Unfortunately, no. You just fuck off. You're off. You're out of here. You are under no obligation to go as fast as you possibly can, but you just start strolling. It's a nice enough night. You can take your time if you want. But you're heading for the tree line. Nearly. You've just watched that.
I'm gonna try to like interpose myself and be like, it's the thing again. It's just they're controlling your mind, Oro. As I'm like slowly like moving around, not like angry, but more like pleading, like no, not again.
Should have gone for Randall. I feel bad for Oro. This is the second time this has happened to her. But you're for a wonder. What else do you guys want to do now? You've just seen Oro stand up, and you're still trying to get this guy under control.
I'm gonna finish casting the spell I was holding.
Okay. Well, what spell are you casting on Randall?
Enlarge.
Woohoo, boy!
Ahoo.
We can big old Randall. Should have done it to Nugget.
I should have. You grow larger for the duration, which is up to a minute. Let's see here. I'm gonna say something to you, Randall, like, here, this'll help before it happens so that you know that it's me. So if you want to still make the Constitution save, you can, but I'm like indicating that I'm doing this. You and everything you're carrying change up to, I think it's like one size larger. Let's see here. Target size doubles in all dimensions. Its weight is multiplied by 8. The growth increases its size by 1 category. So you're a large creature now. Let's see here. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your weapons grow to match your new size. You do an additional D4 damage. So you just got really big and scary looking. And also you were holding him down, so his arm might be slightly crushed now.
How are you feeling about this transformation as it goes under?
Slightly surprised.
And I look at the thing and I'm like, you better not try that again.
Okay. He says, so this time he looks at you, now under the fist of this giant. And he goes, let go! And he casts the same at Randall. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Large.
Oh!
Large powers.
Good large powers.
Large.
Good rolls from Randall today.
Yeah, real good. We're not jealous.
So I'm not jealous. So you feel the same wave that you felt before of magic happening, as a wave kind of force comes over you that you can detect very clearly is coming from this creature that you've got pinned down, but it has no effect upon you. And as this spell is cast, Oro, you feel its grip leave you.
Do I remember what the fuck I was doing?
Yep, absolutely. Yep, no, you're 100% still there, but you're now like 20 foot away. You've got to the tree line. You're about to go through the trees. And you're like, fuck's sake!
Not again. Damn it. Okay, I want to bolt back with my like bow ready, just ready.
Bow ready. Okay. You're pointing it directly at him. So now he's just under Randall, who is massively and hand on him.
Large. Clamp his mouth
He's
shut.
a chunky boy.
Clamp its mouth shut with my giant hand now. So
Yeah.
it can't speak anymore.
Right. Okay. He is definitely going to start trying to resist, but as a group, anything you want to say at him as he's resisting?
What the fuck are you doing here? You did this twice in 2 days, motherfucker.
His hand on it. You're trying to keep him quiet.
Fuck you.
This isn't gonna last forever, so if we're gonna ask him questions, we should probably let him, like, just be careful and cover back up if he starts doing weird stuff again.
Can I get ready to, like, as soon as I like got onto him, like saying a command rather than like answering a question, I just want to like clamp his mouth shut again.
Okay.
But like release a little bit.
Okay, and he's like, let me go!
Why? Who are you?
I don't ask you.
What you do now, motherfucker? Who the fuck are you?
Let me leave!
No.
I haven't hurt you!
You fucked with my brain a couple of times.
I just need your things!
Why?
I need to... For someone!
Who?
My lady! Let me go!
Who's your lady?
Stop it!
Who's your lady?
Stop, leave me alone!
Tell us now.
You can see that he's squirming underneath the pressure, and he's trying his hardest to get away. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a contested strength check.
Oh, but I'm strong.
You're a strong boy.
How much extra strong did I get?
You have advantage.
I get advantage strong.
Advantage strong.
Well, and you're one size larger, and so I think that matters with grappling. Like, I don't think a creature one size smaller can use an action to break a grapple with a creature a size larger than them, or they have like also disadvantage or something like that.
I feel like it's a disadvantage thing.
So you would have advantage, and he would have disadvantage.
Grapple. Condition ends is incapacitated. Condition also ends if it removes a grapple creature from reach grappler. Grappling effect. And that doesn't help me at all. Actions. Grappling. Must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. Strength athletics check contested by target strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics. Escaping. A grappled creature can use its action to escape. To do so, it must succeed on an athletics or dexterity contested by yours. It doesn't say anything here about sizes for escaping.
I guess, yeah.
They can only be one size larger than you for you to grapple them.
Okay.
Yeah, give me a rolls, but
What am I rolling? Just strength.
with advantage, strength, athletics. Yeah.
What's the other number? I can't see it.
It's an 8.
It's also an 8.
Oh, what? Ow.
Do you want to guess what he rolled?
A 9?
9.
No, it's a 9.
Oh my god.
So he's like, so you've kind of got your hand on him. You're not by any means used to being this size. So you just slightly misjudge how much weight you're putting down on him. The grass and the ground is soft because it's kind of like, dew o'clock, and that he wriggles out underneath one of your fingers and starts kind of making his way out.
Can I jump through his ankles?
Because he's making his way out of your zone of control.
What about that?
I can give you an attack opportunity, yes, if you want, as giant Randal.
Nugget is still on him.
That could be to grab back. Yeah, Nugget's still on him. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've got a... Oh, I don't have a... I can do bludgeoning though, so there's not... But I'll just do grapple. I'll just do a grapple. Fine.
Yeah.
So just a normal attack roll.
I mean, he is also still pinned down by Nugget, but he will also try to get away from that when he gets away from Randal. He's made enough distance between you and him for that to be considered an attack of opportunity, but his arm is still pinned down by Nugget. Randal smash.
Is that just a strength attack?
Yeah, just an attack. Yeah, strength attack
with advantage because I'm strong.
It's an attack, not a check. Unfortunate that you miss on that occasion, but so I mean you're still not used to being this size. It's still understandable that you. I mean, plus also you've used up all your good rolls. So your fingers now are kind of embedded into the soil, and you go for another grab with your other hand, trying not to punch Nugget as you do so, which gives you a little bit of leeway. A little bit too much leeway, unfortunately, as you miss him. But Nugget is still on him, so he kind of gets up. He pushes himself out of your fingers up onto his feet, and then lands back down again as he realizes that his hand is still clenched by a bat. It's like, fuck, sick. So you've got a couple more seconds of questions before he tries to get away again.
Can't we just jump back on him?
You say questions.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to start like actually trying to kill this guy?
I mean,
We can have a combat.
Well, I mean, I can do non-lethal damage.
Let's go into combat then.
'Cause
Combat turn
I got
order.
bludgeoning, which I think you can do as non-lethal. Right.
Melee attacks you can do as non-lethal. Spells you can't, and ranged attacks I don't think you can.
I thought you can do non-lethal like sharp weapons.
Well, how do you non-lethally shoot someone with an arrow?
Well, yeah, them too. But like
Yeah.
you can't. Like if you have a sword, you can't do a non-lethal attack.
Yeah, you can like pommel them.
Yeah.
It would just be bludgeoning damage.
If you guys want to do your initiatives and whatnot.
Oh.
I did not.
Oh, there's your
Now-
good roll.
Now I get it. Why am I only getting 50 channel points at a time? This is unfair. Where's my 100 at a time?
Nobody gets 100 at a
100
time.
at a
Those
time.
are
I used to get
special
100
bonuses.
at a time.
No, those are the special bonuses you have to click on.
Yeah, the special bonuses, they're only giving me 50 now.
Put a marshmallow on the tip of the arrow. It'd be like the trick arrows that like Green Arrow has, or Hawkeye, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
I
guess
right,
like
who
with
are we
the sling
missing?
you could maybe. I think mechanically that's how it does it.
We're
It's me.
missing Randall.
Because I didn't have a token.
Oh, you didn't click your token. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're up there.
Just do it again and then you can
The
edit it.
the menu doesn't change depending on where like you are on the screen. So if I have you at the top of the screen, I can't access the top of the menu unless I move you down.
Ooh.
Roll20 is not known for its incredible
UI.
UI. Right, okay. Let's sort all these. Right. At the top of the turn order, we've got Randall Dundragon. Here we are.
I'm going to non-lethally bludgeon.
Non-lethally bludgeon. Okie dokie.
With my quarterstaff that does an extra 1d4 damage.
Tiny stick. No, I imagine your equipment
No,
goes with you.
yeah.
Yeah. I love the idea of
Tiny
tiny stick. I'll get you. Cool flips.
It's like those little skateboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kickflip. Bam. Okay, well, in one hand you still have your quarterstaff, and you make a swipe at him in the hopes that you will be able to like give him a good old whap.
Can I get 2 attacks? I feel like I get 2 attacks.
Well, you get a bonus attack with your
Yeah.
monk stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can offhand attack, but you don't get 2 attacks as your
No,
attack
it's only if I
action.
do flurry of
Not yet, anyway.
blows.
Yeah.
Not as a young man. Early days yet.
But I can do an extra unarmed attack. Oh.
Oh no.
I could.
Oh dear.
But then I might as well just spend a flurry. No, I have to do it instead.
What? I opened the player's handbook for something. What the fuck was I looking for?
Oh, come
no.
on. Really? 2 in a row?
Oh my god.
no.
I think that deserves a critical fumble roll.
And you get another d4 damage on top of that 7. Hey.
How can I ignore 2 critical failures in a row?
Because
Easily.
I'm huge.
That makes it even more funny when you critically
I'm a
fail.
hood.
Right, no,
All right,
okay,
I've got the shard
so
up.
oh yeah,
Really,
give me
if
a roll.
If I critically fumble a non-lethal attack, does it become lethal?
Let's see what it goes. Give me the roll.
Oh,
100.
1d100.
Mm-hmm.
58. Poor karma. The next saving throw in combat is at disadvantage.
There you
We
go.
were using the one that I had found, right?
Yes,
Okay.
which I don't have on my laptop, so thank you.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okie dokie.
Was that next saving thing
hmm
in combat?
Yes.
Yeah, in this combat, it doesn't like sit with you for the rest of your life until you have to make a save. You
No,
have
you're
been
okay,
forever cursed.
Okay, so you've whapped him. How much did you whap him for?
11 whaps.
11 whap damage. Excellent. Okay, so that's a tasty whap. Oh, that tickled me so much. Right. Okay. Let me just move him for a second. Ooh. Almost gave him too many hit points by an entire integer. 11, you said?
Yes.
Okie doke. Right. Next on the turn order, unless there's anything else that you want to do. Nope. Okay. Nugget.
I know that everyone was talking about non-lethal stuff, but Nugget ain't got shit on non-lethal damage.
Oh! Well, so non-lethal damage. So when you say you haven't got anything to do with lethal damage, you literally just declare that the damage that you're doing.
So could Nugget pretend to bite, but not actually bite?
Well, he could bite, but in a way that would like. Oh my god! How have we never ever done non-lethal damage?
Because we always just straight up murder people.
Yeah, there's never we'll leave them alive. It was like we kill everyone we meet, or the DM kills them for us.
Yes. To be fair, we were in an island surrounded by undead. When someone crossed us, they were pretty usually a bad guy. And the one time we let someone go, they were definitely a bad guy. So...
all right, then let's have a look at non-lethal damage.
And how many people did we kill who weren't bad guys?
Glad we don't know that stuff.
All of them.
Even the wormy boys at the end.
Fine. Sometimes an attacker wants to incapacitate a foe rather than deal a killing blow. When an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. I think it was 4th edition or 3rd edition that had non-lethal damage. So the attacker that can make his choice the instant the damage is dealt. The creature falls unconscious and as unstable. So you don't do non-lethal damage. You do normal damage all the way until the point where they're about to be unconscious / dead. And then the person who lands the killing blow / unconscious blow has to make that decision.
Right.
So you do you until I say,
watch out.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. You doing nerds? Alright, hope you're good, Huns. Hope you're alright. Nugget's gonna do a big old bitey bite.
Big old bitey bite! That's what I like to see. Get them teeth in there. Oh, first time Nugget does fucking anything. Right, okay.
Chompy
chomp. Okay. So Nugget bends down, puts their fangs directly into the disgusting, dry skin of this creature, and Nugget does 26 whap points. Gets them whaps in there. All right, and he screams out in pain. Ah, fuck! As you're like beating the shit out of him, pinned him on the ground. Having grappled him, can he also make an attack? Oh no, he's biting with a different. He's using his leg / arm / wing to pin him down.
Yeah,
and then he's biting with his mouth.
Yes.
So I think for the most part that's fine. Okay. All right. Okay, well, in which case, is there anything else that Nugget wants to do?
Maybe do just a little screechy screech, just
a little screechy screech.
A little caca.
That's definitely what bats sound like.
Every flying creature makes that noise.
If you guys want to hear what bats sound like, I do recommend looking up the videos because they are hilarious. Actually cute, but the turn passes around.
Soundboard.
Oh my god, I need to get that soundboard thing back on. To the creature who tries to contest the grapple.
How dare!
So please give me a strength athletics check for Nugget. Oh my god,
He leveled.
guy is so bad.
No good rolls today. No good rolls.
No, the guy somehow rolled the exact same as last time, which means that he does not succeed in escaping. And so he gets up and he's like, "You fucking let me go, shit, fuck!" He's like now kind of pushing against the ground with his feet, trying to push himself upwards, but his arm's still like pinned down to the ground. This bat has him in a position where he's just getting his bites in. But he doesn't manage to do anything else because he's held in place. Oro.
Yes. Hold on, my okay, Firefox is just being weird. Okay, now it's fine. I would also like to hit him, and I want to shout at him, "Who's the lady again?"
Okay.
Who the lady?
Okay. Who the lady?
Who the
Where
lady?
the lady at?
Who the lady? And I'm gonna do Hunter's Mark on him first.
Ooh, girl.
Have they changed how the spells look, or am I going crazy? I feel like they
they did like an information thing so that you don't have to expand it to get the details. So that little eye that shows up when you highlight over it, you can use that to collapse it and make it look like it was before.
that's
and then
so
you can
much
just
better.
you can just click that to expand it. I had to
Sweet.
figure that out the other day. I was like, what the hell is this? I'm dyslexic, too much text.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark and give him a good old dagger. Oh my god, give him a bad old dagger.
Guy.
Well, we did already make Randal roll for crit fails, so let's get
Yeah.
another one out here.
Damn right.
Roll me a D100, please.
Oh, me.
Yeah, yes,
you
please.
Do 15.
Ooh.
Decide your own fate.
You're on
In
there.
your face, damage to self, incapacitated for 1 round.
Man, Aura's not having good luck.
Oh dear.
It's a bad day for Oro. Okay, well, if you roll the damage, what have you got? 4? 4 points of damage. Okie dokie. Right, well, in this situation, it's more of bearing in mind a round is a whole, 6 seconds. You just backflipped off a fucking vat. You kind of just take a moment to
Whack yourself in the face.
Yeah, it's fine.
you go for one of your attacks with your daggers against this wormy creature who's kind of like sliming his way away from you, crawling against the floor and pulling against your bat. In an attempt to not hit Nugget, you misjudge one of your strikes, which unfortunately ends up with you landing a strike against yourself. Because of this, you take a second to just be like, okay, head in the game, Oro, head in the game.
The game. Who's the lady?
Who's the lady? As you should. None of your business.
It is
None
our
of your
business now.
And the turn goes to Neurali.
So I'm like watching all these shenanigans happen.
All this shit show go down. Everyone making crit fails left and right, hitting themselves in the.
Just like 20 feet away, and I just kind of like, I can tell that they're like not wanting to kill him. We're trying to like get information out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to kind of like walk over and like, I know he's like struggling and trying to get away, but I'm going to stand over him and I'm going to look at him and like, I'm really angry about this, and as angry as I am, it's like almost like I'm kind of like channeling that rage into trying to be intimidating. And I look at him and I'm like, you're going to calm down and you're going to tell us who the lady is. And as I do, my eyes glaze over and my pupils and my irises disappear and they turn into like a silvery white color. And these like wings shoot out of my back all of a sudden. They're like silvery feathers. And like there's just like this faint glow kind of like emanating from her. And she's got like angry mom finger.
Oh no.
Yeah, this awesome picture, and you're like angry mom finger.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've already established that the moon has been out for the last couple of days. So you have this beautiful backtrack in the sky of the stars against you, and you've got this moon in the like this, the only thing that's casting light down for you to see in this kind of copse of trees as it is, this clearing, and then you kind of just like, tell me who this woman is, and then these wings burst out of your back. Your eyes glaze over with this silvery color, revealing your true nature. As you do so, you get advantage on an intimidation check, so please roll it for me.
Advantage. 14.
Okay. You successfully intimidate the absolute bejesus out of this fucking thing, especially with his tiny, as you can see the shitty little wings on his back quiver. He goes, fuck out, shit, fuck! I'm sorry. Shh.
Who is the lady? And why are you stealing for her?
I'm sorry. My lady Elizabeth. She's so beautiful. I just wanted to do anything I could for her.
Where do you see her?
She's in the moonlight. She's so beautiful. I did whatever I could. I just want her to love me.
Did she tell you to do these things?
She hates that tavern. She hates it. I wanted to hurt it. Nobody's going to go to that tavern if they end up losing all their stuff and in the woods. And if it didn't work, I was going to start killing. I was going to kill everybody. Everyone that went into that tavern, I would have killed them for her.
Jesus.
What has she done for you?
She's my lady. She will love me. All I have to do is close down that tavern and she'll love me. She'll be my wife.
Not how love works.
She'll be my wife.
That's very unhealthy.
People don't give you ultimatums when they love you.
So from the tree line, a figure appears. A shimmering shadow-like figure who is almost translucent. She is difficult to see, but illuminated somewhat by the moonlight. You can see that she is wearing what looks like a kind of barmaid's uniform, as it were. Like it looks like she's wearing some kind of apron. And you can see there's a kind of a cloth that's tucked into one of the pockets. But underneath, she has quite a nice kind of plaid skirt with like quite nice frills on the shoulders and the sleeves. But you can see that it is burned. You can see that the edges of it have been burned to a crisp, and her figure ends as one of her legs is burnt away, and the embers are still burning in a silvery fire. So you can see that her dress still kind of swoops down to where her knee is on her other leg. She is a beauty, and she floats over to you, and she says with some authority, you can kind of sense the confidence in her presence, "You must leave Kellis alone. He didn't do this to harm anybody. He did this for me. He is a pathetic creature."
Oh.
But he is not malicious.
Yep, me too.
Oh, me? For a second, I thought I literally looked at my microphone.
Nope.
If you watch the VOD, there's just me going. Because mine lights up.
Oh gosh, that's funny. No, I said, why are you malicious?
That tavern owes me a debt. A life. The life that it took from me.
A tavern is a building.
That one is barely a building. I can make a deal with you. I will stop harassing Nesmith. I will call off Kellis. And we will leave together. If you retrieve something from the tavern for me, my name is Elizabeth Ficus. I was a resident there with my family. And because of the decanter in the foundation of that tavern, I have been cursed. I have been cast out. And it has taken my life away from me. I died for that thing. And I want it.
How did it curse you?
It didn't.
Who did?
Perhaps my father. Perhaps Pendin. But it does not matter. If you retrieve it for me, then I will leave. All I need is that decanter.
What's going to happen if we take it?
I will pass from this world.
What's going to happen to the inn, to the tavern?
The inn will return to everything is normal. There is no reason for this decanter to live there. It does nothing.
Insight check.
Sure.
Critical success.
Critical success.
Get in.
That does not seem to be a lie. It does not seem that she has lied to you so far. She seems angry. She seems determined, but she does not seem to be a liar.
So
At least so far.
this decanter from this building, and absolutely nothing about the building itself or anything that happens there changes, and you just leave.
I hope.
Is this decanter a mundane item?
It is now. It was not always.
What could it do before?
You see this curved talon in, you see these flying drinks, you see the tables that serves themselves. It is all an illusion. Whilst once that magic was real and the tavern itself was alive, now it is nothing. Now it is my family. The spirits that roam those halls fill those mugs in some lame attempt to keep that illusion alive. Pendin, the charlatan, used me. He told me that he loved me just so that he could get access to our tavern to find out what magic kept it alive. He took the decanter, he took its enchantment, and then he left. When he left, Nesmith was raided. Without our war wizard, without our court-appointed defender, I was burned to the ground with the tavern and my family. That decanter was placed there when they rebuilt the place, and my family, so naive, decided to keep it alive. I hate it. I hate this folly that they have built.
But what if it makes them happy?
I don't care. What, so they can continue prattling about, pretending that they are helping people, pretending that they are illusion magic?
At least
They
they're
are
together.
dead. I am dead. Our lives were taken from us, and I want that place to crumble the way that I had to crumble. I want it to die the way that I had to die. Why does it get to live again? And that Gulgar prick pretending that it is all him. My father always fucking loved that bastard. And I will see him die too.
Have you talked to them since you left?
My family? They cast me out.
Why?
Because I was trying to fuck with their goddamn precious tavern. I had my own plans. I didn't want to stay there for the rest of my goddamn eternity. I'm already dead. Why do I have to be tormented with this decanter with its illusions? Its false pretenses of joy, jovial giving.
But if they enjoy it, maybe there's another way that you can pass on.
Do you believe that I am trapped here on this earth as a spirit because I want to live again? That I want to enjoy the things that you enjoy as you live and you breathe? No, I do not want to love. At this point, you can see that Kellis kind of looks sad. I have no interest in your emotions. I have no interest in my family. The fact they do not share my rage is more reason for them to keep their eternity passing around tankards.
What will you do afterwards?
I hope that I will not be here, tormented, living forever.
What if there's another way for you to leave this place without having to destroy their eternity?
Then I do not want it.
So you want them to suffer in life and then in death so that you can have revenge on them when they didn't cause the fire?
It's their pathetic prancing around that aggravates me. They can live their eternity as much as they like. If I could kill them, I would, again. For ignoring my plight, for giving in to that stupid fucking tavern. But that is not what bothers me. I am not asking you to kill my family again. I am asking you to give me the decanter. That is all I am asking. It should not be a moral question.
What if the decanter is the only thing tying any of you here? And they've chosen to stay and make a happy afterlife together, still enjoying each other's company. And that's taken away from them.
What a shame that would be, to pass away from their eternity serving folk like you.
If they've chosen to stay, then perhaps
They do not have a choice. None of us have a choice. That's not how this works.
So you are trapped here.
We are all trapped here. You just don't know it yet.
Explain.
The gods toy with us. We are their playthings. And I will rage against this entrapment. They have decided that I will stay here. It was their designs that had me killed in my own home by the man that I loved. He is the reason that I am dead. He is the reason that I must live this eternity. Because he lied to me and he left me. I do not want this. Nobody wants to be this forever. You look down at her body and you see the charred remains of her flesh. You can see that her hand is barely a hand anymore. Her dress still burns.
I want to like gently like reach a hand out to her, like open palmed and face up, like reaching out for her hand basically. You've been betrayed. And I understand why that would make you angry. And there are certainly some gods who don't have good intentions. But it was people that betrayed you. No god sends somebody to trick someone so that they can take advantage of them. Or I guess it does happen, but it seemed like this person just betrayed you for their own ends. That's not the sort of magic that a god has any interest in. And I can't ask you to forgive something like that because it's awful and it created a terrible situation for you that you're having to continually suffer and endure. But I think you're hurting yourself. And if you could at least let go of your rage, maybe you could pass on and not be trapped here anymore.
If I could trap a god in their own home and burn their home to the ground so that we may see the gods die, then I would do it.
But you can't. So why don't you try to do something good for yourself that no one else would do?
There is no good to be had here. The only good is me ceasing. And the only way I can find out of that is by having that decanter.
Are you sure?
If you will not bring me this decanter, then you have no use for me.
If I will try this for you, will you try something else first?
She rolls her eyes very visibly. She seems very frustrated with this entire exchange. And says, speak.
And I like hold both my hands out to her. Like,
she is visibly appalled, just disgusted by the idea of even touching you.
mm-hmm. And by this time, obviously, like everything has faded. Like the eyes are back to normal and the wings are gone and all that stuff.
If you don't bring it to me, then I will tell on you.
Yeah. So if I sit there for a moment and she like doesn't like reach out for my hands, then I'll give up. But I'm gonna give her like a few moments to like.
Yeah, no, she is kind of. There, nothing about her demeanor from start till present has been anything but malice the entire way through.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me an insight check.
Can I run with the natural 20 that I had earlier?
Nope.
6.
Okay.
Five.
Okay. Well, it's hard to get a read on her, but you can see that she's very angry, and you have doubts that that's something that's maybe within your realm of possibility, something that you could ever impact.
So she doesn't like take any step forward. Is she still like in the light though? You said she's illuminated, right? Still by the moonlight?
The moonlight is
okay.
Keeping her well lit.
So I'll keep my hands out, and I don't expect her to like actually come over to them, but I'm still just going to like leave them out there as like a gesture of like peace. And I'll like look up at the moon and say, "My lady, it's been some time since I've spoken to you, and much has changed, I'm sure you know. I don't understand the changes in fate that have brought me here. But one thing I've always learned is that you don't like for people to suffer. And I think that she has suffered so much. And people have hurt her so much that if she just wants it to end, then she should be allowed that. And I hope that if you can hear me, you would give her that peace so that one entity, one God could show mercy on her for once in her life. And I'm gonna like cast guidance while I do that also.
Sure.
Like channeling the guidance of her.
Yeah. Your prayer falls on deaf ears.
Elizabeth, where do you know where the decanter is? Does it look different from a normal decanter at all?
It is in the foundations of the building.
Like built into the foundation of the building?
Yes. That is the reason that it was magical.
How would we get it out?
It is built into the side of the fireplace in the kitchen. The stone wall that it has been embedded in keeps the building together. Removing it will not collapse the building.
I just look at like Oro and Randall. Like I don't know what to do at this point.
We'll try our best.
Yeah.
The spirit. I was going to say the spirit looks at Randall and Randall goes. The Randall's there, like writing down notes. Oh, okay. Well, she was in love with this guy.
It's got a complicated graph drawn out on the paper of like people.
Yeah, family members.
And she just kind of keeps her eyes fixed on Nearly as she kind of fades back into the tree line and ceases to be corporeal. At this moment in time, Kellis, the creature that you were previously kind of fighting with, is just slumped on the ground.
Don't need that person anymore, then, do you?
Oh yeah,
Kind
what's
of-
happened to the dwarf woman in all this?
She has a very fucking good question.
Grabs
She
the
is-
bag and runs off.
she is still out. We'll say for the sake of story, because realistically, she probably would have had whatever spell was on her was probably would have been cancelled. But by the fact that this massive battle's gone on and I haven't said a single thing about her, let's just say that she's still out.
Yeah, she's just having a little nap.
Or actually, I tell you what, you turn around and she's gone. And you can
Okay.
see kind of footprints in the grass where it looks like she's done a fucking run up. She got up and she saw a massive fucking bat like beating the shit out of someone on the back. Yeah, bites into it, scream!
I just look over at him and I say, I'm sorry.
He looks pathetic. He's completely in silence. He's just staring into the ground at the moment.
You deserve better than that, bro.
Plenty more ladies in the sea.
Plenty more ladies in the sea.
He says absolutely nothing.
There's one called Thistle Lake just over there.
Hearing that, he goes, And he kind of makes for the tree line.
Wait. Wait, the purse, damn it.
He's dropped the purse. It's at your
Oh,
feet.
okay. Sarah, and what the dwarf look like.
I mean,
No matter where I go, there's always some traffic. I'm literally in the
Follows
middle of the fucking of nowhere. Like I live in the middle of nowhere right now.
I guess she took the bag, right? She took the bag.
No, the purse is at your feet.
Damn it.
I'll take it and we'll look out for her.
Okay. Well, we know what she was wearing. I guess we kind of saw what she looked like in the process. But...
I mean, if you were speedy about it, Randall, you probably could catch up with her. You're so quick.
It's been a while. She might be home by now.
I was kidding.
The fastest man alive. My name's Randall.
Because I can ran real fast.
A choke laughed on that one.
You're actually supposed to say it with Doppler shift as he runs past so fast.
Ring.
But she's gone. And Kellis, if you aren't making the effort to like actively pin him the fuck down, gets out of there.
No. I assume I'm also not huge anymore.
No, definitely not.
How long does it last? Is it a minute or is it?
Yeah, it was only a minute.
Yeah, no.
It's way gone.
It's
It
been
was
4
like Mario.
hours.
Do.
Well, I guess we go home.
Yeah.
We should talk to the innkeeper. Or
Didn't he seem like he didn't like the inn doing everything for him already?
Yeah, he didn't like it at all. It seemed like the magic was mad at him. So he would probably be like, yeah, sweet, get rid of them, that'd be great.
What about them?
Well, if they're fucking with the owners and shit, then maybe they don't want to be there.
I think that they're just trying to run their inn. We can try talking to them, maybe.
Sure. If the inn's still open. It's been 17 hours since we started this.
What time is it real time now?
So you noticed the dwarf at around 10 o'clock. It's probably around 11.
Really? Only been an hour?
Well, I mean,
No,
yeah,
I'm kidding.
I think it's probably been. I think an hour's probably reasonable.
Aura feels like days have gone by.
Also, when were you going to tell us that you have wings?
Oh yeah.
Who? Me?
You.
The one with wings.
I don't have wings.
Not now,
Well,
but you did.
Your eyes went all like white and
Right.
shit.
He was talking to Nugget.
So he just
he was referring to Oro getting on the bat. You've got a ride now? You didn't say anything about how you were gonna just jump on a fucking bat and get out of here. See you later, fuckos. What's that about?
Wait, were you
I-
talking to me or were you talking
No.
to
No,
Okay,
he's definitely
good.
talking to me.
I was like,
But Tortu, you get an inspiration point for that. That was funny.
I did have that thought of like, if I cast enlarge on Nugget when Nugget's full grown, will Nugget just be like a plane for us? Can we put a couple of seats on him and
for
like
1 minute.
1 minute plane.
I mean, like, that's gonna be one of those like, oh no, there's this thing, and wouldn't it be nice if we could just get over this thing and then like fly in, like a quick thing,
True.
you know?
That's funny. Give it to Nugget. Wait, how does the inspo work? Okay, so the inspiration in my games, I'm saying this for the sake of our new friend who is new to D&D. Inspiration usually works in that you can use it to gain advantage on something at your leisure. I personally use inspiration as either get advantage or it's a DM favor. So you can call on me to say, hey, for my character, I'd like to be able to do something cool. So me giving chat inspiration points is basically you can have that to give to one of our players at some point, to help them pull off something cool. You can hold on to it for as long as you like, but there's a maximum of one. You can't have more than one. So you can pass it to one of our players at some point if you like. That's pretty much for chat inspiration, I'm afraid. I'd love to give you guys a little bit more leeway on the game, but with the D6s and chat inspiration and stuff, we have to keep it somewhat limited. But let's go back to this wonderful moment of these guys being like, "Yo, what the fuck is what are these wings about?"
I'm just looking at you like so thoroughly confused.
You know you've got wings, right?
Nugget like lifts up its own arm and like
like that, but shiny.
So I'm not necessarily from around here, but as far as I know, that's a wing. And I point at like Nugget holding the wing out. I have arms.
Yep.
Yeah, you do have arms, but also you had wings. Bye, Dot.
I did it.
he got to Goblin.
Yes, congratulations, you're a goblin.
Live on stream. Oh my god, you're a goblin. Round of applause for dogs. Congratulations, you become a goblin.
Wait, what happened? Oh no.
He's redeemed 10,000 stream points and become goblin.
What does it mean?
And you're just a goblin now. That's it, you're a goblin now. Congratulations.
There should be a list of all the people in the description below.
There is. Snorts is the only one who's
really?
So far. Yeah.
That's excellent.
So I'll add
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Goblin getters, yeah.
Congratulations on the second ever goblin.
You're gonna have a goblin army. Just get ready for it. It'll take a
Or
decent amount of time given points, but
I keep spending my points.
This is the thing. I haven't spent any of my points.
Damn it.
I'm saving.
I saved all of them so I could be a goblin.
I get 2
Saved
times
up for my
multiplier.
dream.
I have 8.8 thousand. I'm so close.
Ooh.
So close.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. Let's return to this. So you that looks like a win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had like a shiny one, like an angel, like from a book.
Like my hair is kind of shiny in the light sometimes.
Or you totally saw it. I'm not going crazy. I mean, I've been ill, but
No, I saw it too. I mean, she's like Aura's looking at her like she's definitely not lying, is she? She's like, can I do an insight check on Neurally to be like,
you can. Yes, you absolutely
she definitely
can.
doesn't know that she turns into a dragon sometimes.
Turns into a dragon.
What with a crit?
Oh, the one crit of the game for me is an insight check.
You had a crit. You had a crit roll. You had a crit dagger attack for the tripping him. Remember?
Okay. Hey, Shadow.
Now we would put this against a deception for Neurally if Neurally was lying. Is Neurally lying? She's not lying. So with a critical insight of 24, you know for a fact that she's not lying. Nothing so far has given you the reason to think that Neurally is a liar or has even the capacity to lie.
Okay. I want to like go around the back of Neurally and see if her like clothes are at all like ripped or look like wings have been there in the past 24 hours.
So if you go behind her, you can see that the skin kind of lining her, like her shoulders, kind of have a silver. You imagine like if someone was to sear skin with a hot poker or something, except in silver, and it doesn't look painful. And as the more you talk about it, the more it fades into her normal skin.
Or is like very close to Nerly's back.
Bearing in mind, I mean, she usually wears robes, so in my head, tell me if I'm wrong here, Katie. Yeah, this is our story, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. My I had in my head was that when you got all badass and intimidating, your robe came off with it, and that behind it,
like the cloak, not the robe, because the robe.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Okay.
The cloak came off, and that
I imagine something like that happened. Yeah. The robe that she wears too, it can come up into a hood itself, so it's got like a really big drapey cowl neck. So if Oro's like looking at her back, then she could easily like drape it backwards so she could like look at it too, like actual skin, because it's like comes up to the neck, goes down. It's like really coverage, but because it's got this big cowl neck, that she can kind of like move it around. So if Oro was like wanting to look at her back, that she could like kneel down and like
I forgot about the height difference.
That's true. Yeah. That's kind of what I had in mind. I had in mind that your cloak was so loose, or the cloak / robe, whatever, was so loose that it was like you could see down to like it's hard to show.
No, that makes sense perfectly.
Okay.
Especially if like there was force and like, because the cloak itself, it has like panels, but it just drapes over the shoulders. So if it,
like I said, it's still kind of summer, so wearing shit tons of clothing doesn't make a huge amount of sense for you.
But she wears it anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like having something to have a robe or whatever is different from having like 5 layers on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, she's got the cloak on over the robe even in the summer. But if that comes off, then if there was like force, then the like cowl neck thing probably would have like blown back too. So like she could literally just walk around and see like her shoulder area.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sticking to my aesthetic. Okay.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Okay, so I have seen the silvery skin. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Randal, come and look. Do you see anything?
Is it still there? I assume.
Yes, it's fading with time.
Yeah, there's like the marks where the wings came from.
It's like silvery.
Yeah, it's not.
I imagine Oro has no fucking idea why this would be happening. Okay.
I don't really know what that could have been, especially if I spent a long time studying the teachings of Selene, and if she didn't hear me and give Elizabeth peace, I don't know why she would be bestowing any types of gifts or anything like that.
Well, this has happened before you asked for Elizabeth to be freed, so maybe you used it up. You know, that's how Oro doesn't really know how gifts from gods work. She's like, seems reasonable.
I was pretty frustrated earlier.
That seemed it seemed to be when you were angry or frustrated. Like...
He was hurting people. I don't have an answer.
Well, just so you know, you definitely turned into like a dragon type of thing.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It was really fucking badass. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't him.
That's good, I guess.
It was cool. I was a dragon.
You can see that Nugget is now also behind you, looking.
But is mostly blind, so can't really.
Looking really close.
Yeah.
What happened to
bat
Boney
breath smells
Dude?
like.
whatever bat ate. What happened to Boney Dude? Boney Dude ran off after another lady. Boney Dude.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there for what happened with Elizabeth.
You're gonna want to check out the VOD for that one.
Yeah, there's a lot. It might be worth checking out the VOD for that.
I guess.
Do you all want to go try and talk to the inn tonight or tomorrow? Maybe when there are fewer people around.
Yeah, maybe when it's not so busy.
You're muted.
No, he's not.
Oh, I couldn't hear him.
You've muted me.
No, I can hear you now. I didn't change anything. That was weird. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so maybe when it's less busy, might be more willing to talk.
Yeah. Or maybe we should go down to see who that lady was who we have the purse for now. Might be easy to do that before. Now you're muted.
Now you're
No, I'm not.
You just talking too quiet that it didn't pick up.
Oh my god. Maybe she'll go back to the inn.
True.
Oh, I mean, we can go there and see. More people are likely to know who she is now.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Cool.
Sweet.
Well, that lands us pretty much exactly at a stopping point. Cut. So we can call it. We can call it there,
Take
folks.
Take
Take
two.
two. From the top, people. From the top.
Places, please.
Welcome to episode. Right. Good game, everybody. Well played, everybody.
Good.
We had some good shit in that game. Good shit indeed. Right. Woo.
Ooh, spicy.
Next is the 29th. Is everyone going to be available for the 29th, or is that going to be a no-no because it's quite close to?
Ooh.
Is that a big no? Are you?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
5th should be fine.
5th? Okay, excellent. Cool. 5th, I think I'll be in Norway, so I might have to. We'll see.
Okay.
But 5th, definitely not the 29th. Cool. That's fine. If you guys are missing out on our D&D games next weekend, you've always got the VOD.
That's true.
Catch up on any of the little bits.
Why not watch everything again from the beginning? Get all the little
You've got time for it.
That's true. That's true. But I hope you guys enjoyed the game today, viewers and players. Things of note we have are things like Doc's becoming a goblin. Congratulations, Docs.
Yay.
Is that the voice that you would give Oro if you were Oro? I'm Oro.
Wow,
That's racist. Right, okay. It's been a pleasure, everybody. Really fun game.
Yeah.
We'll see you not next week, but maybe the week after. I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas period.
Yes.
Whether or not you celebrate it, I think we can all appreciate the time of the year either way. So it's been fun. Who shall we raid?
We don't know. What are these people?
Oh, it's Haha Sleep. Prominent Sun has the. Oh yeah, I've got that one as well.
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
Do you know who Rebebes is? Rebebes?
No.
She's a Swedish streamer. She's really sweet. She's playing like Bloodborne though, not D&D. But if there's no one else, you could raid Rebebes.
I'm a Soulsborne fan.
Yeah.
I need to see it. Is there anyone else?
Oh, Scraticus just went live.
Rudicus?
Who else is
Sweet.
good? do, 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 do. What's love got to do with it? Sometimes it's so nice to watch and keep up with it so far. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm really glad you're enjoying it.
Aww.
It's nice that we've got so many people who've come in at the like ground level, you know, right at the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
Because the last campaign we played through was so fucking long ago. The start was a very long time ago.
True.
Do
you think we should make another Google Doc explaining what's happening, like we did last thing?
Yeah, I think we probably could. Yeah.
Just a little short little here you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got we definitely should. We should include Randall's journal in that.
Yeah.
There's Randall's journal. We also do like a recap every time we play, so we could just like highlight the recaps. Well, I guess that would just like me creating work for you to do.
I think she means like an overarching story of like a short synopsis.
I gotcha.
Sort of thing.
Maybe if there was like a short things of each character as well, just so people could, if they were just coming in, be like, okay, but who is Randall? Why does he say his name like that?
No one will ever.
Why did he say his name like that? Who the fuck is like?
Why is there a nugget?
What's Nugget? There was a moment when was it when Tess raided that we were talking about Parsnip
and Nugget.
Parsnip and Nugget. I was like, I've got to explain something.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, yes, Parsnip and Nugget. Nugget is halfway up the wall.
Open for adventure is streaming D&D.
It's actually encouraged me to join a local D&D group. That's awesome.
Really?
So good.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's so good. What's love got to do with it?
Right. Well, happy holidays, everyone. Nugget is a danger potato. You're correct. What a beautiful term. Okay. Alright.
We had danger noodles last time. We have danger potatoes this time.
Potato. I've got to write that down. Hold on. Danger potato.
We're just fans of carbs, is what it is.
I want a video of not a video, like an image of the like gobbo bat cuddle, the burrito.
Burrito. Oh.
Battery. Don't work. Can't do it.
Right.
It's impossible.
Okay.
Can't do it. It's impossible. Right.
I haven't met a carb I don't like. Either. All right.
Same.
See you in 2 weeks' time. Have happy holidays, everyone. Bye.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.